see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello everyone, welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hanson, I'm here with Dave Tuckman, and it is Friday, Dave. 10-20, no limit hold'em, uncapped, $1,000 minimum buy-in. Right now I can see at the table Adam and Corporation Mike.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this night
So
all
this
week
is gonna
long.
be great. Let's get right to it. Let's head over to the table.
You gotta love Double Fist Night. It's absolutely fabulous.
Let's introduce the players.
Seat number one, we've got Eric. Eric, we saw him take a jump up in this game a couple of weeks ago, and he's taking another shot in it. See if he makes the adjustment today. Seat number two, we got Kirk. Kirk's a very tight player. Seat number three is Adam. And I wasn't sure if he was actually going to make it in the game. He always locks up a seat, but he usually ends up losing his money before he makes it to Live at the Bike.
Yeah.
But tonight he said that he had enough and he's in there. But he doesn't have that much in front of him. Seat number four, we've got Avo. Very good player, solid, knows how to make a move once in a while. Real good player. Seat number five, we've got CJ. And CJ also doesn't usually play this big. Be interesting to see how he plays in this game. Seat number six, we've got Dr. Allen. And Dr. Allen, we actually got that nice email the other day from him. He's also a pretty good player. I like his game. Seat number seven, fresh back from the Mandalay Bay, where he said, "That's it. No more tournaments for me. I hate tournaments. I only like cash games." Corporation Mike is in the
And he just won a pot off of Adam just there, right there.
What a surprise!
Yep.
What's the over/under on Adam? How many minutes is in the game?
know.
What, 14? Seat number 8, we got Mo. Action Mo there, and seat 9, that's Allen. The myth, the legend.
Yep. As always, we like to keep the show interactive. You can email us at liveatthebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions. You can also follow a live thread. Start on the internet, 2plus2.com spelled out. Click on forums, World Poker Tour, etc. Official Live at the Bike thread for June 2nd, 10-20 no limit hold'em.
Live straddle right away, $40 to Mike. Adam's going to call.
Yep.
And Adam's calling a hand with Jack 6 of diamonds. Now he's in position.
Queen 6, not that makes that much
Queen
of a
6,
difference.
but he has almost no money.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he have? Maybe $1,200?
Dr. Allen completes, and Mike's got 8-4 off suit. He checks. Ace-4 deuce here.
And Mike's going to bet. Anytime Mike has a little piece of it, he's going to bet it. And he's
got the best hand here with the pair
true
of
to
fours.
form. And Adam's going to
raise him.
Now, you at home might be sitting there going, wow, what a nice move by Adam. No, Adam's going to do this pretty much, I'd say, 3 or 4 times every order.
Yep.
So it's one of those times where if you bluff so often, yeah, it's going to work once in a while. And unless the deck absolutely hits Adam in the face, he will lose all his money.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen him, though. We've seen him, when the deck does hit him in the face, he can win $20,000.
Yeah, he won $19,000 one time on a Wednesday night.
Right. The deck hits you in the face. The way he plays.
Interesting, Dave. On 2plus2, I got word. I haven't read the article because I just got late word that Baron Van Gortok has written an article about Barry Woods called Over the Edge Part 6. And it is about a little
That's
bit
Baron Van Gortok.
Yeah, that's Baron Van Gortok.
I've always wondered what he looked like.
Pumping Live at the Bike, and Barry Woods, a little interesting stuff about Barry Woods. Yep. Limped around here. Dr. Allen has got ace. He's got ace-5 of hearts.
Yeah.
And he's going to come out and bet here. He's going to bet 80. Board is ace-deuce-10 here. And Adam's called with a gut shot Broadway straight draw here.
Yep. And he does have a jack of clubs. I guess he's feeling backdoor club draw, but...
Turn is a 6. Dr. Allen still has the best hand here with ace-5. He's going to bet 300 now.
Yeah, Mike is not in the hand anymore. And Adam's going to throw it away.
Adam is going to fold. Interesting Mike in red there. I haven't really seen him in the on the shirt. But yeah, check this out. Like I said, I was playing late and I didn't get a chance to read it. But Internet 2plus2 magazine on the left-hand side of the screen up towards the top Harry Woods, and again, pumping live at the bike. Thanks for that, Baron.
Button moves over to seat number 6. That's Dr. Allen. Small blind is Mike. Big blind is Mo. Allen is under the gun. It's funny, right before the show, I actually lost track of time. I was sitting there talking to Paul D., our seasoned turkey, and I was talking to Corporation Mike.
That's never happened before.
Yeah. And we were kind of getting lost because we were discussing some hands here and there that were played.
Now look at this. Adam is limped in here with ace-king, and it's going to get limped around 4-way. So Adam does not raise with the ace-king. 4-way action here. 7-5-8 with a couple diamonds. And we got 7-8 here for Mike. And, or actually, it's Dr. Allen that's got 7-8. Mike is going to come out and bet with a diamond draw and a straight draw. And it's going to get called around, and Dr. Allen is just going to raise it up $100. Mike instantly calls here.
Now, obviously, Mike's straight draw not really valuable. Obviously, if a 6 were to come, anybody with a 9 would have a bigger straight.
Let's figure now. Mo might think that now Mike has made a quick call, maybe indicating some sort of draw, and he bet out. He might figure here the 9 or the 4 of diamonds would not be good here.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Mo, I think you've got to lay it down when you see all those players in there.
And he's going to make the call.
And you wonder what the heck Adam's doing there. Now, Adam does not have the ace of diamonds or the king of diamonds in his hand. That's what he's checking for, and he's going to throw it away.
And this pot is quickly over $500 here. Dr. Allen with the best hand here with top 2. And the turn is an offsuit 4, and Mo makes his hand. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Dave.
Mo is in such bad shape here, but Mo's got to watch out, though.
And he's going to bet 600 here. Wow, what a card for Mo. Just like we said, where he wasn't going to get involved. I mean, if the 4 of diamonds comes, well, it couldn't come. It's in Mike's hand. But the 9 of diamonds, does he get in trouble?
Yeah. And you wonder. I mean, the interesting thing is, if you're Dr. Allen, you got to go. You almost have to put Mo on a diamond draw with the 6. Because you wouldn't put him on a dry 6, would you?
I wouldn't put him on a dry 6. And he is thinking about it here, and this is what might be going through my head. But he's going to get away from it. And Mike, obviously, his game has improved tenfold over the last year here at Live at the Bike.
He was actually playing with. He was telling me that he hates tournaments, and played about. I think he said he played 3 tournaments. Got knocked out in all 3. He said he just doesn't have the patience for it. He can't deal with it.
Yeah.
So he went off and played in the cash games over at the Bellagio. And he played in the big game at the Bellagio. He played the 25-50 game and the 10-20 game at the Bellagio. And he ended up playing with a gentleman named Kenny the Kid, who is probably, at least in Paul's determination, I was talking to Paul about it, one of the top 5 poker players out there.
In no limit games.
Yeah, no limit cash games, Kenny the Kid. Yeah. And they were saying that this guy is a guy he's killing the games over at that other casino.
Yeah.
To the point where those games are almost too small for him now. And now he's playing in private home games with millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah.
And Mike played with him. And Mike actually said he Mike had quads.
Yeah.
And was describing a hand that he played, and Kenny made a move on him, and he re-raised, and obviously Kenny threw the hand away. So he doesn't know what Kenny had.
Mike is going to raise here with ace-6 of hearts. He's going to make it 80 to go. And the flop comes out Jack 8-6 here. And it gets checked around. Mike does not bet out here on bottom pair. The turn here is an 8. Mike's hand is still good here.
Well, he's inducing this bluff, and I guarantee you, when Adam bets this, Mike is going to at least call. He might even raise.
He makes a quick call here. Adam bets 160. He's got overcards and a gut shot to the 10. And the river now is a jack.
And Mike's ace is still good.
Yeah, Mike's ace is still good here. And Adam is going to bet 230 here.
And I think Mike's going to call. And he does.
Mike makes a quick call, and ace high is good. The ace high is good here.
Yep. Take it down, Mike.
Yeah, and you wonder, like you said, how long is Adam going to, last in this game? I don't know if he has another buy-in.
Yeah, I'm just hoping we have a board.
Yeah.
So we can replace him as quickly as possible. I mean, obviously, I like him in the game. I hope he wins a couple of pots and he builds his stack up to 4,000 because he's very entertaining. He makes for good TV.
Right.
But I wouldn't bet on him being in the game very long.
Probably not, especially if that's all that he has in front of him. Button's going to move over here to Mo in seat 8. And Adam is just limped in here with ace-queen, and Avo is going to raise it up to 80 with ace-10 of clubs. I have a feeling that Adam might pull the limp, re-raise all in here on the short stack from up front. He has just limped in with the ace-queen. Now there's more dead money. A couple people are going to call, and I have a pretty good feeling Adam's going to push. And Mo might call from behind.
I think Mo would call. I think Mo would call. I don't know if anybody else would call. Wow, and seat 1, Eric's going to call with king 7 of diamonds.
And I think Adam's going to push here. Like I said, we're about 5 steps ahead.
There you go.
I think everyone's going to fold, and I think Mo might call here. It just sense that
I got to tell you, it's almost uncanny how well we know these players. And I think Mo should call. I think at this point, with those hands, the way Adam plays, you can't put him on aces or kings.
Look, Avo's taking time here. Remember, it's Adam, folks, out there. He can be doing this with any 2 cards because of that dead money.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. If Avo calls, does Mo get out of the hand then?
I think Mo has to.
Yeah. It's all in for about 500 now.
And you got to realize with an $80 bet and then 1, 2, 3, 4 callers, there is actually, and Adam's $80 as well, there is $400 of dead money in there.
And Avo's going to make the call, and this might save Avo because I think that Mo is going to.
It might save Adam.
Right, but Mo's might fold here. With Avo in there calling in between.
Well, now it's just like calling a $400 raise with it, and he's not going to get involved.
And you're right. By Avo calling, it has saved Adam. Adam's in great shape here. And this pot is going to be about $1,500, $1,600, Dave. And look at Avo. He is not pleased. They're not going to run it. I don't think Avo does that often. 9-6-5 here. Mo would have made top set.
I was going to run it for a $1,400 pot.
Well, Avo's picked up clubs. He gets a 10 or a club here, and the river's an ace, and Adam's going to win it with ace-queen. And Mo, he is a little frustrated over there, would have made top set there on that flop. Yeah.
And you got to wonder, I mean, I'm all for gambling, and I guess that was that's what Avo was thinking. He goes, you know what, this guy could have jack high.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if I want to call off money, though. The hand is weak as ace-10.
Ace-10 is pretty weak heads up to run for five cards to the board.
I mean, even if Alan's got, even if Adam's got, say, queen 7.
How about 4-5 suited? Really not that big of a favorite.
Yeah, I guess he's, with the dead money in there, I guess he should call.
Right. Remember, you got to put Adam on a range of hands, obviously.
Right. Well,
and it looks like Adam might pick, he's picked up king jack over king queen for Mo in the cutoff. Now, Mo might raise this up. Let's see here. Dr. Allen is going to limp in here with 5-3 of clubs. Mike has got king 8 offsuit. He's going to limp. And Mo is just going to limp here with the king queen offsuit. Sometimes that's not a hand that, like we say, we want to see, multi-way.
Right.
We're going to see 7-way action here, Dave. So that's going to be a $140 pot. And Allen's picked up diamonds here on the button, a diamond draw. Ace 7-4 here with a couple of diamonds. Nobody has an ace. I don't think anybody has any pair yet. And it gets checked around to Allen, and he's going to semi-bluff here on the button.
There you go. I mean, normally Allen will only bet an ace there, but this is a nice bet by Allen on the button. I mean, it seems like a pretty obvious bet to most of us.
Kirk quickly mucks the open-ended straight draw with 2 diamonds on the board.
Oh, everybody's going to lay this down. Allen's going to take this down here.
If you don't mind, say you beat me or not. We're going to see later. I have pocket now.
I don't think Mike knows it's his turn.
I beat you.
He's going to get rid of it. And Allen is going to take it down there.
Take
well,
it
again,
down.
anytime Allen puts money in the pot, Dave, people are going to, that's going to set some alarms off in people's heads, and, they might just pick a better spot.
Oh, not even a question. If Allen's calling, I'm not worried. If Allen's putting money in the pot or raising me, I'm worried.
Yep.
Actually, I'm not worried. I just throw the hand away.
You're all in already. If he doesn't catch his card, he's not going to any money.
And Dave, we had a post here on 2+2 by Mr. Grinch. Basically, he was talking about how he's a successful tournament player. He watches our show primarily to improve his cash game. The problem is, he says, though he regularly crushes tournaments, he's still a consistent loser in a cash game. Do you have any theories to explain this? And Dr. Allen is going to raise it up here to 80 with a couple of 6s. Allen calls with pocket 3s. Now, Kirk's in the small blind here with ace-king off suit. Is he just going to smooth call here?
Sometimes he'll raise it big. Sometimes he will over-raise it. It looks like he's going to. I imagine he's going to get 360 here.
Yeah. A little bit of dead money in there. Obviously,
200 more he makes it.
He can use his image. He makes it 200 more, and he's got about, I want to say, at least 3,000 in front of him. So if Dr. Allen has him covered, he might call, and he does.
Yeah, Kirk likes to make that move with, obviously, a big pocket pair. He also likes to make the move with ace-king. It's a hand he doesn't want to really see a flop with.
And Allen is quickly out of there, as he should, because he is kind of short.
Now, this is the problem with Kirk's game. Can he follow through when he
Well,
misses?
how about this quad sixes for Dr. Allen?
And look, you know what? I want to give Kirk. Obviously, Kirk has no idea what he's betting into here. But I want to give Kirk credit for actually betting the ace-king when he missed. I wasn't sure if he would. I thought maybe just check it.
See how Dr. Allen's going to play this. And he's going to raise it up right away with quads. And again, if he had an overpair, people might say, why is he raising? Well, if he had an overpair, it would put Kirk to the test there. And Dr. Allen's going to take it down, because if he smooth calls there...
You're not going to get any more money out of Kirk anyway.
Yeah.
Kirk's going to check and then check and then
He
fold.
raises right away with quads. What a play there.
I really like the play. I mean, you've got to put, the way Kirk played that hand, you've got to put him on aces or kings or queens.
Yeah.
And in that case, why not raise it? Probably get Kirk to commit all his chips. If Kirk had aces there, I don't think Kirk's going anywhere.
Now, you actually might play a little bit differently, say, if there was an ace on board. You actually, you might smooth call there if you think that Kirk might have an ace or king. You might raise. You don't know, because you might force Kirk to fire again, obviously.
Right. Doesn't really make it. I mean, I still like the bet, though, because nobody would imagine they'd go, okay, well, you called my raise. You're not going to have 1-6 in your hand. You might call it pocket sixes, but you wouldn't call it 1-6 in your hands. Okay. And would you raise with pocket nines? Probably not, because you've got nines full. Which means you probably have tens, jacks, or queens. And I've got aces. I'm not worried.
Limped around here, and a raise by Adam with king, queen offsuit.
Look at that Broadway out there. Now, the one thing with king, queen, obviously, it doesn't play well multi-way. But a lot of these players will play king, queen really passively unless they hit a monster. And that basically means, you know, one pair is just one pair, and they don't want to build up a big pot with just one pair.
Look at this. Kirk is called in the butt with 9-10 suited, and he has got top two. And Allen's got ace-10, and Allen's going to commit himself. He's going to bet 300. And you don't necessarily fault Allen if he's playing the short stack if it gets checked to him here. You might fault the pre-flop call, Dave, with ace-10 offsuit.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it was. I mean, he made the mistake pre-flop.
And Kirk is just going to push all in right now here with top two. And I don't think Allen's going to get away from it.
Yeah. And Allen's got outs. I mean, Allen can catch, obviously, an ace.
Right.
And if the turn comes out higher than a 10, he can pair that one as well.
Kirk immediately moves Allen in. Allen's only got about 500 left here.
It's Kirk raising.
Yep.
I mean, can Allen throw this away? I mean, is there... I don't know if he can throw this away. I mean, I know it's Kirk.
Well, the pot with the all-in, if Allen had... You know, Allen only has 500. Dave, the pot is going to be about, I want to say 1,500, 500 to call. Allen's getting about 3 to 1 here.
He's getting 3 to 1. I mean, the only problem is if Kirk has a set here. If Kirk has a set, you're virtually drawing dead.
Yeah.
If Kirk has 2 pair, you can... Actually, even if Kirk has 2 pair, you almost can't call this. I mean, unless he's got 9-7. But you probably wouldn't put Kirk on 9-7.
Yeah. I mean, it is a tough laydown on the short stack, but boy.
It is. I mean, against 7 out of 10 players, you'd probably be calling this.
Yeah,
but against Kirk, and I'm saying specifically Kirk, or against Dr. Beebe, or against Ali, I think you can lay this down. And great laydown by Allen there. Really is. That's a fabulous laydown against that player.
Yeah. Again, you can email us at live@bike.com with your questions, comments, suggestions. You can submit a hand for the video blog by putting in the subject line "hand for blog." Our video blog that we shot yesterday, Dave, is going to be up there later on tonight. Check that out. And again, I want to point everybody to Baron Vangorto's article on 2+2. If you go and click over on magazine, there's an article there about Live at the Bike and about Barry Woods.
I could be 35 again, too.
Over the Edge, Part 6. Limped around here. 6-way action. 10-9-6 here with a couple of clubs. Well, Mike has got 8-10. He's got top pair and a gut shot. He's going to lead out here from seat 7. And Mo here is going to call. Mo is going to call with a gut shot to the nuts. There are 2 clubs out there. He's going to call with king, queen, and that's going to bring Allen in, who also has a gut shot to the nuts,
Yeah,
to the queen.
See, sometimes I don't mind the gut shot if you've got, say, the king of clubs in your hand.
Right.
And you've got some sort of backdoor draw with it, but without that, I mean...
Wow, Mike calls for the deuce of hearts. He gets the deuce of diamonds, and he's going to, nice blank here. He's going to come out and bet here again.
The biggest strength of Mike's game there, he is fearless. A hand as weak as 8-10 has no problem putting all the money in there.
Dave, you know, I got to tell you, I was a little bit irritated. I actually overplayed a hand and lost some value by playing it too hard this afternoon in the 5-10 game, which is not normally something that you have to worry about against normal casino competition. I flopped bottoms full with ace, ace, 9. I flopped pocket 9s. I bet a guy raised, and I just moved all in. A gross overbet, but I didn't think that the guy who I thought had an ace could just get away from it. Now, Mike is going to straddle here out of seat 7. And seat number 5 is just going to complete here with pocket 9. CJ, and Mike is going to raise. He's going to raise it up with king 3 of hearts here. It's going to make it 150 to go. And we always talk about if you're going to straddle a lot in full ring games, you really have to be raising out of the straddle. You got to put the fear in there with everyone limping around. Kirk makes a quick call here with 7s. And Cabby Joe comes in here with 9s.
Cabby Joe?
And we're going to go and see this over a $500 pot here. Well,
that's not a bad flop for 9s at all.
Or 7s.
No, really.
See if Mike is going to lead out. He's flopped the pair as well, 10-3-10. And Joe checks, and Mike's going to bet 500.
I got to tell you, if I'm Joe there, I'm betting. I don't think... I don't want to be in a spot where I have to check raise Mike.
What do you have to do now? What are you going to do here if you're Kirk? You got a guy from up front. You're not heads up with Mike. You do have 7s here. But remember, you do have to deal with seat 5.
I think you can probably call this, and this is the reason why you can normally call it. There's not really a draw out there. And if seat 5 is sandbagging a 10, you don't want to commit more chips. You really want to find out. Now, if you call 500, I don't think Cabby Joe normally can call this. And you go, okay, well, if he's missed, he probably can't call.
But then if you call and Cabby Joe overcalls, you know
your 7s are
start going off in your head.
Exactly. But it's not like Mike is putting a little prissy little $120 bet. He's putting a nice $500 bet.
He's put a pot-sized bet in here.
Yeah, the pot is now $1,000, 500 to call. I mean, I really think the way to play this if you're Cabby Joe, though, is to bet your hand. And
well,
Kirk is going to raise it up right away. And I really don't like this play because he's put himself in a spot where if Cabby Joe, and now Cabby Joe doesn't know what to do, and he says, I can't call now. And he said, I know I have the best hand, but I can't call. Well, you probably should have bet the best hand then.
And remember, if he bets there, obviously Kirk is not going to be in the hand.
Yeah, now it's funny. Kirk raising actually won him the hand because he got 9s out.
And Kirk showed the 7s, and Cabby Joe is not happy.
Yeah, I don't like the way Kirk played that hand, though, just in case Cabby Joe did have a 10 in his hand. It's hard to put him on 9s specifically. I mean, basically, you're only scared of 9s and 8s, I guess.
Funny thing there is we saw the rabbit cam. The turn was a king. So I think if Cabby Joe leads out, I think Mike might actually at least call. Kirk folds, now the turn's a king, and Mike actually outdraws it. Yeah. Hits the king on the turn.
Hey, that happens, obviously, but I don't mind betting into a player who only has 3 outs to beat me. Or in that case, 5 outs to beat me.
No, I just didn't believe you. No one's believing me anymore. I'm going to start telling the truth. I told some guy I flopped the 7 deuces.
Well, apparently, Joe owns 3 cabs.
You were right. Yeah, I told Joe the 7 deuces.
I mean, is that something we really want to advertise, though?
Those medallions are sometimes worth a lot of money. I know they're in New York City. And he's going to bring it into a race, Joe is in seat 5. He's going to make it 120 to go with 5-6 suited. And Mike makes a quick defend here in the big blind with Queen 8. We are heads up. Jack 7-3 here. Let's see if Cabby Joe's going to make the continuation bet. He's got a gut shot with backdoor spades. Mike has totally missed this flop. And Cabby Joe is going to take it down here.
20-minute timeout. And I need $1,000.
Now, I'm not sure if it's a physical tell or not, but you notice how Cabby Joe bet that flop and kind of almost froze. Like he was scared to make a move. Sometimes that can be a bluff. That can be kind of, in this case, a continuation bluff. He had nothing. That's Allen is in the is under the gun here. First to act.
Only the good players, they can lay down, they can get the ball. Lay down the good player. Heard that one before.
Button moves over here to Dr. Allen. It's going to get folded around to Mike and Mo, and I think they're going to chop it up.
They're going to chop it up. Now, it's funny, Allen has been playing a lot of these shootouts, and I was talking about the shootouts. Our Legends of Poker main event, which is a World Poker Tour event, is $10,000 buy-in this year. Normally it was $5,000, but this year it's $10,000. And we have a double shootout going on at the casino every night where you can win your seat into that. Anyway, Alan actually has won one, and he likes to play these shootouts.
Yeah.
So anyway, knowing the way Alan plays, I have propositioned him with last longers against other players. And I had him twice against Jay Siegel, our local potato, okay? Alan beat him twice. So then last night I go, okay, I'm going to get it back. So I come over to the table, and our own Ronnie is in the shootout with Alan. Ronnie's got him like 1.5 chips to 1. Ronnie's got more chips than Alan. I'm going, okay, let's do it. Alan goes, okay. And Alan beat Ronnie. Unbelievable.
Mike is going to raise it up here to 90 on the button, and he's going to take it down. You know, it's funny. You can go, of course, to MySpace and check out our MySpace page at myspace.com/liveatthebike. And, Dave, the funniest thing in the world is somebody started a kind of a mocking MySpace page. And I don't, here it is in front of me. I don't have the URL, but I'll get it here in a second. It's called Broke Bike. Have you seen this?
I saw it, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Kind of a play on Live at the Bike and Brokeback Mountain.
That's pretty funny.
I'll give you everybody the URL here in a second.
So that's actually a MySpace page?
Yes.
It is, okay. I mean, it's quite good, actually. It's really funny. And quite well done, I must say.
Limped around here, Jack 7-4 with a couple of hearts. And Eric here has got Queen Jack, but so does Avo. Now, is Avo going to get involved? And Eric, who's been playing it tight, is going to lead out from early position. Avo called, and Mike overcalled here.
Mike calls with a gut shot with 2 hearts out there.
And we got three-way action here. The turn is the third heart. That might slow a lot of the action down.
Now,
here.
is Mike going to represent hearts? He's got position. Is he going to represent here?
Well, look at this. Avo's going to come out and bet.
Avo's not going to let him represent it.
He's going to bet 230 here.
And Avo's a pretty cagey player. You know, Mike's in a spot where he could raise him, but at the same time he knows that he could be raising the nuts. But he's going to give it a shot, it looks like, and he raises.
Wow, look at that.
He's going to try to represent the hearts.
He's going to make it 500 more here, and Mike, he loves to represent. Tough spot for Eric to be in. He's out of there. Now, Avo knows Mike, and he knows that Mike can bluff.
And Mike's in terrible shape, obviously. Mike can catch a heart here or a 6.
And Mike would raise here with a flush now, too. That's what makes him so dangerous. Now he's good because he will raise his big hands and his bluffs.
Definitely. And that's what Mike thinks about. When he's calling that flop, he's not just calling for a 6. He goes, okay, I've got 4 6s plus an additional 8 hearts that I can represent.
And he's put Avo to the test here. But Avo is going to make the call, and this pot is quickly $1,800. And the river here is a 10, and it changes nothing.
Yeah, Mike has missed.
Avo checks.
And what is Mike going to bet here? Is Mike going to fire probably going to have to fire about a $1,200 to $1,500 bet here to get him off the hand?
As he probably would with a flush as well.
Yeah.
And Mike just gives up.
Yeah.
He's going to give up here. He's not going to... look at that. I mean, he's really surprised that Avo called him with a hand as weak as Queen Jack, because Avo usually plays pretty tight.
And Mike's a little disappointed because if Mike knew what he had, he probably does not. He probably bets the river to try to win that pot.
He might have thought Avo might have had a 2 pair there or something like that. Maybe
I think he might have put Avo on a flush. Avo will play a flush that way.
Yeah.
Avo really plays it unorthodox, kind of sometimes plays it backwards, sometimes he plays it strong. He really mixes up his game, and it's hard to put him on a hand.
Yeah, if you go to the Live at the Bike MySpace page, which is myspace.com/liveatthebike, and you look at our comments, comment there from Broke Bike. Oh, my God. And you can check out the Broke Bike parody.
Yeah, I see they got
MySpace.
a shot of my body in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working out, you know. Having those, daily shakes.
Live straddle here by Adam. It's going to get folded around to Kirk in the big blind.
That's good information the next time.
And Kirk is going to complete. We can't see what he has. He's got Jack 4 of diamonds. And
Yeah.
Adam's got Ace 7 of diamonds. And Adam's going to raise him up $100.
And he's going to take it down. Kirk's not going to get involved out of position. Now, Avo and Mike are kind of talking about this last hand, and Mike's saying, it's got a lot of good information that I just picked up from you. I'm really glad. And that's actually perfect, because Avo has no problem with, okay, this time he's going to have Queen Jack. The next time he's going to have a nut flush.
Right.
And he will mix it up like that.
Kenny the Kid.
Butt moves over here to seat 1.
It's funny, there are some players that look to play big pots, like Mike. There are some players that really don't mind playing small pots, and that's Avo. Avo doesn't mind keeping these pots small, unless he has the real nuts.
Dr. Allen here is going to limp in 6-7 offsuit. And look at what Mike has. Pocket aces. And no more limping here with aces. He's going to raise it up. Just like he would raise with, King 8. Look at Allen call with an over-dominated Ace 10 here.
Yeah. Now, in this case, if Allen if the board comes out 10 high, Allen is definitely going to go broke.
Well,
and you can't blame him.
Adam also has a 10, so the chances of that are pretty slim. We've got Queen 10 of hearts, Ace 10. Now, if a dry Queen comes,
how about
Adam
Ace Queen 10?
Wow, how about a heart draw for Adam with overcards, but Mike has the Ace of hearts.
Yeah, well, this is clearly all going in. Allen's going to get away from it, and this is going to be Adam moving all in, Mike calls, and we're going to see this run.
Mike is bet 240 here.
What is he doing?
Wow, and Allen's going to push here with absolutely nothing. Unbelievable.
I mean, that just doesn't make any sense.
And Adam is going to check raise all in for it looks like somewhere around 1,500.
And, of course, Mike's going to call this. He's got the Ace of hearts in his hand as well.
Mike is on an electronic device there. Of course, we are on a 10-minute delay.
And Mike calls.
Mike instantly calls here.
Well, it's Adam. I think he has to call this.
And this pot is going to be over $3,000. Allen is pretty much drawing dead.
Yeah.
The turn's a 9.
Now he is drawing dead.
Adam needs a heart and a heart only, and the river is an ace, and Mike makes aces fulls. Wow.
That's not a winner. Next.
Yeah. Mike's obviously only going to lose the pocket 9s there.
Well, that was funny. I like that. That was comedy. Classic. That's not a winner. Next. That was good. You just saw that coming. You knew Adam was going to push. You knew Mike was going to call. The only thing I didn't see was Allen moving in with Ace 10 high.
I don't know what he was thinking
with
there.
not even a heart in his hand. Now, this is the one thing I have for Allen's game. Allen saved that money, right? Remember when he had top pair against Kirk? He saved that money because he knew he was beat.
Right.
And we said, great laydown. Now, you figure he'd save that money for a better, for a better spot? That was the better spot he saved it for?
Apparently.
I mean, you might as well just put it in with top pair then, right?
He's going to buy in for 1,000 here.
Who is?
Buy in
Allen?
short, yeah, Allen. The
No,
button
this is a $1,000 minimum game.
Yep. Well, I mean, he's bought in for the minimum. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
meant. I didn't mean to say literally short.
Oh, I
mean,
know.
that is kind of short to buy in.
He's a short guy, too.
When Mike actually gets a hand, he gets paid off.
Mike is going to raise it up here to 80 with Ace 7. Now, Dr. Allen is limped here with pocket 8s from up front. Dr. Allen is going to make the call. And here we go to the flop. Well, Queen 3-4. Now, is Dr. Allen going to bet in here?
I imagine he will.
And he does.
He does. I like Dr. Allen's game. I really do.
Yeah.
He's real patient. He's real disciplined. He knows how to bet his draws. And he certainly doesn't play it passive. Obviously, you don't know many winning poker players that play passively. Once again, we're live at the bike. I'm David Tuckman here at Bart Hanson. And it's double fist night. It's Friday night. We're playing $1,000 no-limit hold'em. Blinds are 10 and 20. We got a big board for this game. And apparently Adam is going to get cash.
Button is moved over here to seat number 4. The only interesting thing there, too, is that I remember I was leading out one time with kind of a bluff when I played this game a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
And Mike raised me, and I folded. But whenever Mike raises and a good player calls, or say who he would respect, like me or, say, Paul or Kirk or, a really tight player, I think you might even be able to call with the draw because I think Mike actually might check the turn in fear that you've got something big if you call this raise on the flop.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, because he knows there's a good chance that you're slow playing,
Yeah.
expecting him to bet.
Now, Avo's raised it up here with ace-king, and look at Mo. He's got bottom set here.
Now, Mike's got an overpair.
And Mike is going to bet with the overpair. He's going to bet 300.
And if Mo raises this right away, I think he gets some action.
Mo always loves to slow play. I think it's one of
He
the
is.
weaknesses of his game.
Well, he doesn't really mix it up, too. I mean, he slow
Yeah.
plays probably 80% of the time.
Right. And like now, Mike is going to check. I mean, his board is not draw heavy here. Turn is a 10. I assume Mo wants to build this pot up a little bit.
Of course. I mean, I think at this point you bet 400. That's a nice bet. Nice kind of a pot building bet there.
The thing about Mike here is that he can beat a 7, obviously, if Mo called with a 7. If he called with something like 6-7. But I can tell you, Mo doesn't usually play those cards from up front, though.
No, it's hard to put him on 6-7
Yeah.
here. And he's going to throw away
Wow.
eights. That's a nice laydown there.
Yep.
A laydown that we would not have seen 6-7 months ago.
And again, like I said, you wonder if Mo makes a little mini raise right away, if Mike at least calls.
And look at Mo. Mo's kind of, I mean, you saw how impressed he was.
Yeah. Mike obviously has really stepped his game up here, Dave.
That's a nice laydown by Mike.
Yeah.
Real nice laydown by Mike.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You usually just go outside and smoke a cigarette.
Mo is in the under the gun here. He's first to act. If you want to send us an email, you can email us at live@thebike.com. I'd like to keep the show as interactive as possible.
See number 4 here, Avo is going to raise it up to 80. 8-9 of diamonds. Mike is going to call here with an ace wheel card off suit. Heads up against Avo. Nice flop for Avo here, open-ended straight draw.
Yeah, and Avo knows how to bet his draws. He also knows how to really put some pressure on his opponents with his draws. Mike has really missed this flop. Imagine he's probably just going to get rid of it.
Well, Avo has bet he's bet about 3/4 pot size bet here. Mike's trying to figure out, can I make a move here?
But Avo does that. Avo really tries to keep pot small.
And look, it looks like Mike is going to check raise him here with air with ace high.
Yeah, and this is the funny thing between these two players. You've got kind of a battle of, Avo's always trying to keep the pot small. Mike's always trying to make the pot big.
Well, Avo is going to at least call here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Avo really pushed hard here and re-raised him. And he's thinking of all his options.
But you got to start thinking, though, and I think Mike is good enough where, would Avo just push here with an overpair? Would he commit? I mean, Mike could have 2 pair. Would he really commit, even though he likes to keep the pot small with an overpair, and he just calls?
Well, could I be pushing with a set of 10s, a set of 7s?
Well, the turn is a queen. It's no help to Avo here.
Is Avo going to fire right? Well, actually, Avo's got position on Mike.
And Mike is going to come out and bet again. He's going to bet 800. Avo has not yet the possibility of picking up diamonds.
I think he's going to raise here.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is the part of Avo's game that I really do like. He knows when to make a move. He knows he doesn't need to move in, but he's going to see if he can try to represent, say, a pocket 7, set of 3s, something like that. Even a set of 10s.
Set of queens maybe as well.
He could have anything. Although you think about it, he showed some strength in the flop, and now when Mike raised him, he just smooth called. And sometimes when you check raise like Mike did, you really get no information when Avo calls you. Because Avo could be calling you at 8-9. He also could be calling you with ace-10. He could be calling you with a set. So many things because he knows you have to fire into him on the turn.
Would Avo ever just fold here? Well, it looks like he's going to make the call.
He's just going to call. Wow. Okay.
And this pot is quickly about $2,400. Here we go to the river, and the river's a 7, and Avo has missed. And Mike only has ace high here.
But at this point, remember, we know that there's only really one draw out there. And unless Mike specifically puts him on 8-9, and obviously he doesn't, and he's just going to throw it in there, and Avo's going to lay it down.
Yep, Mike throws some money out there, and Avo just lays it down. Mike says he has ace-7, shows him the ace.
Yeah, he said he got lucky, and actually Mike's ace high was the best hand.
Yep.
Your ace high was good the whole way. How's that, Mike?
Unbelievable sometimes the sense that Mike has there.
Well, he's also one, obviously, he's in a completely different league than, like, let's say, Adam, who's just making blind stabs at the pot. Mike does have kind of a second sense. He knows when to bluff. But the one thing I will say, Mike bluffs so often that, of course, I mean, some of his bluffs are going to work.
I don't know if you heard me whine about how I overplayed bottom full house. Dave.
I did. Well, I was talking
Yeah.
to Paul outside, and you told me that story. And then I heard it again in here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got to understand that it was a conversation I had with Mo a while ago. As we play with the same players day in and day out, if the players last and they're still here, that means they're improving.
Right.
Either that or they've got a lot of money.
And they definitely know me as my opponent.
Exactly. As much as you know them,
Right.
they know you.
Right.
And you've got to realize that these players are getting better. I mean, Alan, 6 months ago, Alan is not going to lay down ace-10 to Kirk.
Right.
6 months ago, Mike is not going to lay down pocket eights to
Right.
Mo's set of deuces.
Right.
Okay? And the same way, I know the flop you had said you had pocket nines. The flop came out ace-ace-9. 6 months ago, your opponent would not have laid down ace-3. But now, 6 months later, he realizes that ace-3 is garbage there and can beat nothing.
We're going to take a look at the first chip count of the night here, Dave.
Maybe in a second.
There we go. So almost 30,000 on the table. Now, Adam said he was going to get money. Abo's got the table covered here. Let's take a look at the differences. This game's been going a little bit like a half an hour before the show, Dave.
And Mike, once again, our big winner, up 2,500 already. Mike told me he said he was he's finally, for the last 3 months, he's been keeping records.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he's been playing poker, $600 an hour.
Wow.
That's his hourly rate.
Wow. Now look at this. Eric is bet here with ace-10, and Alan is check called with king-9.
And Alan, when he's just checking and calling, that's not scary.
Yeah. The funny thing is here, now when Eric bets out, now Alan folds, so you might figure Alan has a 9. If the river is a blank, would Alan check call with ace-jack, or do you value that ace-10 and you put him on a weaker ace on the river?
Oh, I don't think, I put him on a weaker ace or a 9 even.
Yeah.
If he had ace-jack or ace-queen or ace-king, he's probably going to bet right into you.
How about
That's
this announcement by Wayne Corbett? Announces official retirement.
Yeah, he actually, unofficially retired during the season last year when he had his 48th concussion, the poor guy.
And Adam is back here. Looks like he's gonna buy in for 1,000.
You got to respect Wayne Corbett though.
Yeah.
Guy's like 5'8", runs like a 5'1" 40, and had a 13-year NFL career.
He only runs a 5'1" 40?
No, I'm exaggerating.
Abo's got pocket jacks here. He's gonna raise it up to 100 under the gun. Or actually, early to mid.
Yeah, he's in second position actually.
Mo's gonna fold. Eric is gonna fold.
And Adam's going to call this.
Now, heads up here, out of position with 6-5 suited.
Now, Adam's rebought for $3,000.
And look at this top set here for Abo now. It's all diamonds.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that Abo is going to slow play this with all diamonds.
He's not going to slow play it, but he might not build himself a huge
And look
pot.
at this. He bets 200 and Adam check raises him. Adam, he's almost 2 steps beyond Mike where Mike was a year ago. He was just reckless.
It's literally, if Adam is in the pot, he is going to try to win it somehow or some way, and he is drawing almost dead.
Abo makes a smooth call. Oh, turns a 10, and it's a diamond now. This pot is about $1,000, and Adam bets again here. He's going to bet 500. Abo's trying to figure out.
And what do you do? Against any sane player, it's an easy laydown. But against Adam, what do you do with top set? The question is, would Adam make that play? And look at this, almost a crying call.
So is Adam going to push in here on the river?
You'd think he has
now
to.
Abo's got pretty much the nuts here. He's got jacks full of the board pairs.
What is Adam going to do, though? And he checks it. He gives up.
This pot is about almost $2,000.
And Abo does not have, obviously doesn't have the nuts. There's a straight flush out there. Somebody could have 4 nines. But short of a straight flush and 4 nines, he has the nuts.
It's a $2,000 pot here. Adam has about 2,000 left. How much would you bet here? And I don't mind. Abo's going to put him in.
No, I don't mind it at all.
He's going to move him in.
If Adam somehow flopped a small flush, it might be tough for him to get away from it. And obviously, Abo's got no idea that Adam's got 6 high in its clubs.
How about this crazy play? Would you ever throw out a weak bet here on the river with the intention of trying to get Adam to check raise you with nothing on the river? knowing that you have obviously the best hand, throw like a $400 bet, not as a value bet, but saying I
Trying
want
to
to get
induce a
check
bluff.
raised. Yeah, I want to get check raised on the river.
Yeah, it's a play.
Yeah,
You'll be really pissed off if you just smooth calls with the ace of diamonds, though.
that's true.
You know, it's always a fine line, you know?
Yeah. Button moves over here to seat 8.
Yeah, Alan's taking a cigarette break. And Adam is straddling. Now, Mo has got ace-queen on the button. And I imagine if it goes around to Mo, he's going to raise this up.
Straddled pot here by Adam. Now, is Mike going to raise before him, though? And if Mike raises, will Mo re-raise?
I don't think so. Mo plays it real conservative. Mo, I don't know, I don't want to say he fears Mike, but he definitely respects him.
He's going to call. Well, remember, you know, Mo sometimes says he likes to start short, but once he develops a chip stack, now he has to. Now, it's actually almost the opposite of a tournament. Now he's got a big chip stack. You almost have to play it more conservatively than if you were short, where you can just play it aggressive in a cash game.
Of course. I mean, if you buy in for $1,000 here, you know, you can almost move in with
You would
ace
just
queen.
move in probably.
You almost
here.
can, yeah.
With all that dead money and Mike raising. I think that it would probably be the play.
Yeah. And Mike raising it with just pretty much any 2 cards. I mean, he's really just raising his position.
A couple of small pocket pairs in here for Cabby Joe and Dr. Allen, but they're out of there. And Mike's cards are live, and Mike is going to put an $800 blind bet out here before we see a flop.
And that'll probably work, because Mo has missed.
Now, is Mo going to, say, float with overcards here? With just overcards? Or is he going to pop it up one time as a move?
Not going to get
kind
involved.
of pulling the kind of that little move out of Allen's hat. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, trying to get a reaction out of Mike, obviously, while he's stacking his chips. Mike didn't give him anything.
And I think Mike showed him the King 7 there, Dave.
You know, that's part of Mike. I mean, you almost have to let him bluff you. You can't really try to catch him every single time. It's part of Barry Wood's problem, I always say. Now, Barry Wood's obviously conspicuously absent from this game. I'm not sure where he is. Maybe he's still in South Carolina.
Yeah, he's in South Carolina until next Wednesday, or this upcoming Wednesday.
But Barry Wood's problem in this game and against other players is he doesn't want anybody to bluff him ever.
Right.
You can never bluff me. Good players lay down the best hand all the time. I have no problem letting Mike bluff me. So all I have to do is catch him once, and it's going to pay for all those other times plus some.
That's exactly.
Well, Adam's got a real hand here. He's got jacks.
And look at this. Mike is going to raise it up here to 80 with King 9, and you're going to wonder what Adam is going to do with jacks. He's going to re-raise. He's going to make it 400. Now, again, Mike might still think he has the best hand here because it's Adam.
Yeah, but once again, the same way we saw Avo do that with Ace 10, do you really want to commit your money with a hand like King 9?
And Adam is rather short here.
Now, this was the hand when Mike told me he was at the Bellagio. This is the hand that he got involved with Kenny the Kid. He had King 9 of diamonds, actually.
Looks like he's going to lay it down here, Dave.
And he flopped. He had trip 9s out there, so he had quad 9s.
Yeah.
And there's that ugly frog.
And you said
Turtle.
that Kenny the Kid check raised him, and Mike actually re-raised him.
No, it was amazing, actually, the way Mike said the hand, and I'll tell everybody because it's an interesting hand. Mike had raised. Kenny re-raised him pre-flop. Mike decided to call.
Yeah.
Flop came out King 9-9. Mike had King 9.
Right.
Okay. Mike bet right into Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny called. Turn came out another 9.
Yeah.
Mike bet right into Kenny. Kenny called.
Mm-hmm.
The river came out an ace. Okay. Mike bet again with his quad 9s with an ace and a king on the board. And now Kenny raised him. Mike re-raised, and Kenny threw it away.
You almost got to figure that Kenny didn't have an ace there. I mean,
I
that'd
was
be a hell
talking
of
to
a read.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul actually thinks that maybe Kenny had pocket kings.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he said he's that good.
Yeah.
Who knows, obviously. Mike said he saw him the next day and was trying to find out what the guy had,
Yeah.
and never got anything out of him.
Now, Avo here has not raised it with jacks in the big blind here. It was limped around. That is one way to play it, Dave.
Definitely.
Ace 4-9. And Mike is going to come out and bet here with Queen 9.
I mean, you talk about hands that win big pots in no limit hold'em, sets, straights, flushes, and obviously if you're raising with jacks pre-flop, you're looking to take it down pre-flop pretty much.
Now, the one thing interesting about this here right now, Avo's just not even going to get involved with it.
Hey, he's no problem with it. Throw it away.
I'm not necessarily, a proponent of check calling Mike there with jacks, but I think that most of the time if Mike is in there with an ace, he's raised it. I haven't seen him limp in with ace rag a whole lot now. Normally he's raising with an ace.
Yeah, once in a while he'll still like to limp with ace king.
Right.
Still loves to do that.
Yeah.
I really don't mind just checking folding with jacks there. That many players in the pot.
Dr. Allen has like a card protector turtle, just exactly like Adams. There it is.
It looks like Adams' head shakes more, though, than Dr. Allen's.
Mo's got king, queen here up front. He easily lays it down here, Mike Stroud. King, queen offsuit, an easy lay down from up front.
And it really is an easy lay down in this game, isn't it?
And it really has little value.
And this is part of the meta game that Mike does. He almost changes everybody else's game.
Look at this. Adam is going to raise it up with jack nine of spades, and Mike calls 7-5 offsuit. And look at this. Mike is telling the truth about his hand. He's got top pair, but Adam's got the flush draw with overcards, and this could get big here. The money might go in right now.
Adam is a favorite right now.
And look at this. Adam bets 300, and Mike check raises all in with 7-5. And Adam is going to call, and it all goes in on the flop.
And this is a coin flip.
Well, Mike has the best hand right now.
But Adam's the favorite.
Right. And they're talking about running it more than one time here.
3 times?
Very close, but that's the best chance.
Extremely close to 50-50.
Your call, Mike.
Mike is thinking about it. And I think Mike said that they're going to run it 3 times here. So we're going to chop the pot into thirds. We're going to run it 3 times. You can check out liveonthebike.com and look over as @CNAS Live on the Bike for this explanation.
And there's a spade.
Adam's going to win at least the first one here. So Adam has won the first one. Turn is a 6. Adam needs a jack, a 9, or a spade. Adam wins the second one here.
Adam can still catch a spade, a jack, or a 9.
Oh, unbelievable. He's going to win all 3, Dave.
Yeah.
All on flushes, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Adam starts to touch himself, feeling all tingly inside, apparently.
And like I said, I'm not rooting against Mike, but I was actually rooting for Adam because it's so good for the game for him to be in there with chips.
Oh, it's great. First of all,
Yeah.
okay, it's better that Adam has chips. It's also a lot funnier. Mike is hysterical when he's losing.
1480.
Unbelievable. Adam is going to double through right there.
Yeah. And suddenly Adam had $3,000 now.
Yep.
Now, if he didn't dunk off that many chips right away to Avo, he'd have a lot more money right now.
Yep. Zelos. I've never seen this guy post on 2+2. He says $600 an hour for Corporation Mike. Easily sustainable. I don't know if that's a little sarcastic.
Yeah, I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. You wonder, I mean, obviously, he said he's only been really keeping records for about 3 months now. So you wonder, I mean, obviously 3 months is really not long enough,
Well,
especially the way he plays.
You know, ever since, the term that Mike, when we've, kind of said that Mike has really improved his game and he's really good, he has not really run all that bad yet, I don't think, during this new era of Mike. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen him get some really bad. I mean, we saw, I want to say 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we saw him put his money in repeatedly with the best hand.
Yeah.
And repeatedly get sucked out on it. Where he had a set.
And then he misread his hand one time.
I mean, where he had a set and somebody else had a flush draw.
Right.
Or he had, I mean, in this case, look at here.
Yeah.
He had top pair. He's 50-50 and he loses all 3 times.
You gotta feel better about business, though.
It's funny when you said Kenny the Kid, if he had pocket kings, he's not going to call a re-raise with kings full, playing kings full of 9s there, because he beats any ace. I mean, that would be crazy when you think about that, the way you said the hand played out. He beats an ace. I mean, you didn't say that Mike moved all in. You said he re-raised. He's just
Exactly.
cold. All right, I mean, putting Mike on a 9?
Apparently.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was talking to Paul about it. Paul said that he thinks that Kenny either had pocket kings, pocket aces, or absolutely nothing
And
at
he
all.
doesn't call with pocket kings or pocket aces there to a re-raise? I just don't buy that. How about, how about ace king?
Well, there's no real difference between ace king and aces and kings, is there?
Well, yeah, there's a difference because with ace king, you would chop it with another ace.
Right,
with
I
kings and
understand that.
aces, you win the hand.
But Mike's not re-raising with ace king. You know what I mean? You got to start thinking of those kind of hands. Mike has bet the entire way. Mike bets, you raise, Mike re-raises. Mike's going to do that with ace-king.
Adam is going to limp in here with ace-3 of hearts. Here we go to the flop here.
A couple spades out there.
Yeah,
9-5
deuce with a couple spades.
I mean, obviously, I have no idea what Kenny the Kid had. From Paul, though, he was saying that this guy is one of the best no-limit cash game players in the world, live.
Wow, and two people have made wheels here. Eric and Adam. And Mo is going to throw a little bluff bet out here. But Eric and Adam both have wheels, and I assume with two flushes out there, Eric is going to raise this up with 4 diamonds here on the turn.
Now, Mo can actually still... According to this, Mo can still win the pot. Oh, no, the 4 diamonds is not out there yet. There you go, okay.
Yeah. And look at this, Eric just called, and Adam is going to raise. So Eric slow plays it a little bit, and I think the money's going to go in here.
Yeah, this is... You know, it's pretty exciting for them, obviously. We know what's going on, though. See Kirk over there cutting his chips.
Yeah, and Eric's going to re-raise it to 1,000. All the money's going in here, folks. All in. All in. Adam has moved all in. Save the trouble.
Yeah, and Eric's got the second nut.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to pull the chips in the middle here, Dave. Well, I guess Eric hasn't made the call yet. But
Eric's thinking about it. I mean, he can obviously lose to 6-3.
But Adam would make this move with 9-5 or 9-4.
No, definitely. I mean, this is Adam. But you've got to realize against some really good players, if you're really deep, you've got to be aware that at worst you might have the same hand as somebody else, and they might be on a free roll too. They could have spades or diamonds.
I'm surprised Eric's taking this long. He only has about 1,000 left. The pot's going to be laying him over 3-1. He calls. Chop it up. Take the tip. Take the chips back. And they reveal the hands.
Yeah.
River is a queen. Well, of course, you also have to worry about, you know, not necessarily. I mean, you can be up against the nuts. You could also be up against a wheel with a flush draw, with 2 flush draws.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I mean, if you're taking a lot of heat with that kind of hand against a really good player, you've got to start thinking, what does this guy have? Does he have a set? Maybe. He also might have the same exact hand that I have in diamonds or spades.
Which actually brings me to an interesting question, Dave. Against the right type of player, we always talk about in Omaha how a lot of the times in Omaha High, it is proper to fold the nuts on the flop because the redrawers. Would you ever fold the nuts and fold them on the flop? Because of the flush redraws.
Oh, man. It's obviously a real tough hand to lay down if you ever have the nuts.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if against the right player who you know would not push without the nuts.
Yeah, without the nuts with the draw.
You might. The problem is against most of those players, though, we know them, like Dr. Beebe, they slow play the nuts so much that you wouldn't find out until the river and the pot would be too big to throw it away.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd ever lay down the nuts on the flop. I really don't.
Mike is going to raise it up here to 150. He's got ace-king, and Alan's coming in with the dominated king-queen here, Dave. So Mike is not slow-played ace-king this time pre-flop. Adam is going to call, and Dr. Allen's out of there with ace-deuce of diamonds.
This is quite possibly one of the funniest emails I've ever read in my life.
We'll get to it after this hand here. Hopefully for Alan, he doesn't catch a king here on the flop. Wow. 9-3-9. Nobody has anything. I thought ace-deuce of diamonds was still in the hand, but he's not. And Mike,
okay.
Mike's going to make the continuation bet.
I looked at the flop and going, what's wow about that?
Yeah. Mike is going to take it down.
Now, I'm reading this email here. I got
from Tanya.
Yeah, it's from Tanya. Subject, Cabby Joe. And the email reads, I'm Joe's girlfriend and I'm watching the live webcast. I wanted to know if you can tell me what you think of him as a player. He seems to play differently on this, to me at least, than he does normally.
Well,
Wait. Before, if I thought he was the worst player in the world, then I don't. But if I thought that, you really think I'm going to rat him out to his girlfriend? Come on.
Two kings here for Kirk. And look at this. And that's Allen's got pocket jacks there in the small blind.
Tanya.
Well, it's funny. I heard from somebody that Joe said that, he thought we were bagging on him because his girlfriend told him from last show that he was on, that we were bagging on him a little bit.
Were we?
I didn't think we were that hard on him.
I don't think we were hard at all.
So let's see what Allen might just push here. Is he going to push? No, he's just going to make the call here, Dave. I mean, he leaves himself with about 500 left. I don't know really what the point of that is. Oh, he has re-raised.
Yeah, he verbally said it. Yeah, and all the money's in here. And unless Allen catches a jack, and he knows he's behind.
Yeah, they're not gonna run it more than once here.
And I got to say, I mean, just for Allen's sake here, he doesn't have that much money. Kind of almost have to root for a jack, don't you?
You got it. Your ace is good if it is. Your ace is good if it is.
Here we go to the flop. 10, 8, 10 here, and he can't even catch running clubs.
No, he's in real bad shape.
Turn here is a 6. Allen needs a jack. Does not come, and Kirk
Not going to happen.
is going to felt Allen. And there he goes. Long weekend at Bernie's walk away.
Oh. And now somebody's got to listen to him for the next 2 hours.
Someone not at this table.
Some poor guy in the 5-10 game got to listen to Allen.
I had bucket jacks.
But anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm going with Cabby Joe, with Joe in seat 5. I remember him playing last week, and he's just new to us in this game.
Yeah.
So we assumed maybe he was playing a little above normal.
Well,
where he normally
we
plays.
were actually, I got to be honest with you, Tanya, we were bagging on him because he was playing kind of like shit in the 3-5 game when he entered it. Because I had said I'd played with him in the afternoon in the 5-10 game. I thought from what I'd seen from a couple of hours, he was pretty solid. But in the 3-5 game, he was just playing garbage. But we see that so much when people play up and then they move down.
Right, yeah.
So it might not have been a kind of a correct, sample of his play.
Well, he's putting a little, almost like a little pot sweetener raise. It's not a raise I like. I don't like raising different amounts with different hands. He's made it $60 to go with Queen 10.
Yeah.
And all that's done is pretty much invite people in the pot. And we're going to see this 4 ways here, $240 pot. Jack 4 deuce.
And Adam's got a club draw with an overcard.
And Adam loves to check raise, and I really like to bet my draws.
Well, especially with such a weak flop raise. Yeah, it's going to get checked over to Mike, and Mike does not bet with ace deuce. It was the best hand, and Adam's got the flush.
Yep.
And he's going to check it again. He's going to check it again. And he might have gotten a call by Mike with ace deuce.
Of course. I don't understand that.
Well, now Mike is going to bet 300.
Well, Mike's going to try to take it. He does not. If Mike had the ace of clubs in his hand, maybe he doesn't bet. But in this case, he doesn't want another club to come up and kill him. And the funniest thing is, the best thing Adam could probably do here is raise it up.
Yeah, mini raise here, and I think Mike still might call if you min raise, and he is going to raise. And I don't even know if Mike's going anywhere here, Dave. I mean, it would be unbelievable. I mean, Mike just can't beat anything. Accidentally, Adam might have a 6 here.
And the funniest thing is that the way Adam plays, if he would just bet his hands, he'd probably get paid off.
If he had bet that the whole way, like bet on the flop with the draw, Mike might have called him, bet the turn.
He bet the flop, Mike might have raised him. But, okay, that's what I remember about Cabby Joe, now that I'm remembering it. We noticed that he was playing the game much differently when he was playing a small game,
right,
a medium game, or this high game, the deeper game, obviously.
Look at this post here by Pajeto. He says, I just got word yesterday that I am the official tournament writer for the bike, starting with the Legends of Poker tournament between August 3rd and August 31st. Well, that's great. So he's going to take over for Max Shapiro. And I assume his story is going to be picked up by cardplayer.com, and he will be the writer for Legends.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our potato.
Yeah. And that might qualify him to get into, media and celebrity and invitational stuff.
He is media now.
Yeah.
Got some exciting news. Apparently, Donna's battery light is on.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. We might need a new battery. So. Or we won't be able to hear her.
Button moves over here to Adam in seat 3, Dave. We're already done with about the first hour of the show.
Yep.
Again, you can email us with hands for the video blog at any time. Hand for blog. Now, $80 raise here. Now, Mo's got ace-queen. And yeah, you say he's just going to call. Mike's got pocket tens here. He's brought it in for an $80 raise. This one might go heads up. Is Cabby Joe going to call out of position with king 10 offsuit? Very difficult. Yeah, he's going to get rid of it. It's a nice laydown.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Heads up.
It's cracking me up.
Well, Mo's got top pair, and Mike's only staring at one overcard. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. $140 little feeler bet out here. Now, is Mo going to just smooth call?
No, he's going to do a little mini raise, I think.
He's going to make it 200 more here. He's going to raise it up to 200. And Mike makes a quick call here. And this pot is over $1,000 now. And Mike needs a real help. Mike is checked blind. Turns a 5. And Mo is going to come out and bet again. And I think Mo has actually moved. Did Mo move in here? Yeah, he moved all in, Dave. Wow. He has moved all in. He has moved all in here.
Doesn't want some random 6 or 7 to come off or a club to come up and kill his hand. If he knew what Mike had, he...
Let's call it another maybe $1,500 or $2,000. It's about a $3,000 or $3,500 pot. It's about $1,200. So it's about a $2,200 pot. $1,200 for Mike to call.
And one thing about Mo is not scared of playing a big pot with just one pair.
Well, Mike is. I guess Mo didn't move all in. I guess Mike is called. Whatever. All the money is in here. I thought Mo moved all in. But Mo's got the best hand here.
Yeah, Mo did not move all in. Mo actually bet what looks like $1,200.
Yeah.
And Mike said, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And that's a strange play by Mike. It really
there
is.
isn't really a whole lot of fold equity there. They're going to run it 3 times here. Going to run it 3 times. And Mo's going to win the first one here. This pot
Mike's
be
in terrible
over
shape,
$4,000. Yeah. He needs a 10 here. And Mike might be steaming here. Remember, it's a jack, and Mo's going to win over a $4,000 pot. He's going to double through there.
Yeah, and let's see what he's going to win there. He's got 1,000 there. He's got 1,800. He's got over $1,900 there. Plus, he won about, I want to say, about $400 on the flop. You're looking at, I mean, Mo made himself about $2,400 on that.
Yep. Almost a $5,000 pot there. Nice pot. And here comes the F-bombs.
You know, I mean, and he had a legitimate gripe when he ran it 3 times against Adam.
And lost all 3 to the flush draw.
Hey, that's a legitimate gripe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's griping about here, though.
No.
He got his money in with the worst of it.
It doesn't matter, but for you, it doesn't matter.
Pretty much the whole way.
If Mike check calls there, and I'm in Mo's spot, and I think Mo would have done the same thing, and say a non-scary card comes on the river, if I'm Mo, I'm moving in on the river. I'm moving
definitely.
in on the river. I hope Mike has a weak queen, and he's going to call me.
Yeah.
Kirk is going to move over here to seat 9. And Cabby Joe is going to take Kirk's seat in seat 2.
And it's kind of a game of let me get position on Mike. I don't want to be. I don't want to play to Mike's right. So we say goodbye to Alan. Kirk goes over there, and Cabby Joe in seat number 2. This is a straddled pot, $40 to play. And Avo's going to raise it up. He's got a couple of cowboys. King of clubs and the king of diamonds. Wow, and look at this. And Dr. Allen's got kings also. We've got kings versus kings here. And what did Dr. Allen do? And it looks like he smooth called the raise with pocket kings. Now Mike gets out of it, and Adam has kings. I apologize. And Adam actually limped in, and Avo raised it with 6-5 of spades. Sometimes you look up there and you see a raise, and I just assume that it was the raise from kings, but it wasn't actually. Now we've got a raise from Avo, a smooth call by Dr. Allen with pocket kings. Now Adam is re-raised. He's done the limp re-raise, probably assuming Mike would raise out of the blinds, out of the straddle spot. And Avo is going to call, and now what is Dr. Allen going to do here? And Dr. Allen is going to move all in. Wow, and it's really puts a normal player to the test. Now, I don't think Adam's going to go anywhere here. But against really good players, you wouldn't really put. I mean, would Dr. Allen make this play with queens or jacks? Maybe against Adam he would. I mean, and Adam's going to move all in, and Avo obviously with 5-6 of spades is going to get out of the way. And unless something strange happens, these guys are actually going to chop up. And they both have kings. And they're going to pretty much chop up Avo's money.
And Dave, like I talked about last night, they're actually going to agree to chop it. I think they need to run the board. Whoever wins is just going to give the money back.
And this is one of those cases, I got to tell you, if it comes out all clubs and Adam won, if I'm at the table, I'm going to insist Adam gets the money. I want more money in that table from him.
That's what kind of you talked about. If you were being a prick, you might do.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, you want the money in front of Dr. Allen or you want it in front of Adam?
Right.
And they each win about $250 of Avo's money there.
Again, you can email us at live@thebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions, always appreciated, Dave. You can check our show out on a replay. It runs 24/7, starting an hour after the show, and we replay the entire week on Sunday, starting at noon Pacific time. You can also watch any old show at any time by signing up to the archives. Click on the on-demand banner in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. $14.95 a month gets you access to everything.
Yeah. Still amazing. It's just $14.95. Mo is under the gun. He's first to act. Getting a new player in seat number. Well, actually, Joe is going to move to seat 2, and we're getting a new player in seat 5. And it's going to be Paul, our seasoned turkey.
Remember, Paul really opened his game up on Wednesday. He was kind of playing really laggy.
Well, he was adjusting his game to the table, and you'll see in all likelihood in this game he'll probably pull back the reins a little bit.
Look at Joe here. He's got pocket eights on the button. One limper, Adam, and he does not raise. He just limps here. You see four-way action here.
Well,
a set of eights here, and Adam's got top pair. And the money might go all in. I mean, Joe might double through here. And look at Mike. He's going to lead with an open-ended straight draw here.
Yeah, this is a big. This is going to be a big pot. You can see it right now. Tanya?
10-8-5.
Hold on to your hats.
And look at this. Adam is going to raise to 320. And if you're Joe, Joe's just going to move in here. He's going to move in. Mike is going to probably quickly get away from his draw. And I don't think Adam is going to come away.
How much money does Joe have that he moved in that much?
I don't think he's got that much.
1,600?
Well, it's another 1,300, I guess. No, it's less than that, dude.
It's 1,400.
So he's raising at 1,100.
It's a big raise, isn't it?
It is a big raise. Adam might get away from it now. And I think Cabby Joe just said that, Adam said I have 10-8. And Cabby Joe said, well, that's the case 8 then. Kind of indicating that he has a set of 8s, and he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he is. And you wouldn't believe him, but, I got to tell you, if Joe is putting his money in the pot that strongly, he's got a made hand. He's not doing this with Jack 9. He's not doing this with 6-7.
I think Adam might get away from this.
Adam's definitely going to get away from this. Adam's not an idiot. He likes to bluff. He doesn't like to call off his money. You know what I mean? If you let him bluff, he would have bluffed off all his money. But he's not going to. At this point, he knows he can't bluff. That's what's fun for him. That's part of the reason when you're playing against a player like Adam, sometimes you got to give him enough rope so he can bluff. If you move in, you take that fun away from him. And look at that. The turn would have been a 7 of spades, and Mike would have gotten there right away.
So if Cabby Joe actually hadn't raised it, if he had just smooth called, Mike would have made the straight.
Yes. Well, I think he clearly needed to raise it. I just wasn't sure why raise it that much.
But I just saw the river, and the river was a 5, so Joe would have won.
Wow.
Rabbit cam on the river shows a 5. He would have filled up.
Nice little win there for him. Email here from Bobby Barfield. He says, hey, keep it up, Adam. We love to see you in the game with Corporation Mike. Corporation Mike almost becoming sort of a celebrity here. I spoke to him about his trip in Vegas, but I didn't get a chance to find out if he was recognized down there or not. We'll ask him after the show.
Buttons over here in Dr. Allen. I think they're going to chop this one up here. So Paul's in seat 5. Joe's in seat 2. Yeah, they're going to chop this one up. So, I mean, we've got two guys. I mean, the rest of the table is really not putting a lot of money in. I mean, everyone else is going to play real tight, and it's just Mike and Adam that are going to be driving the action here.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the table, you've got. What are you doing? He looks like he's like stealing.
Yeah, he's got like a devilish grin on
I
his
know.
face.
Looks like we caught him with something. That's classic. That is classic. That's got to be one of the top 5 moments of live bike history, right there. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this table here, and it's going to chop her up again. Eric in seat 1, obviously, he's taking a shot in the bigger game. He only has about a year of no limit hold'em experience. He's going to play it somewhat tight. Seat number 2, you've got Joe. Obviously, he's not really mixing it up too much. Seat 3, Adam, speaks for itself. Avo knows how to shake it up a little bit, but he's also a very tight and solid player. Paul there, Dr. Allen. I mean, fortunately, Mike is in the game.
And Cabby Joe's got ace, king of diamonds. He's going to bring it in for 220 here, on pretty much on second position. Now, Adam's
220?
220, and Adam's going to call with pocket 7s here.
But he made it $220?
He did. And Mike is going to call with deuces here. I don't know. I mean, Joe, you know, he actually might work the 10 times rule here because I think he's got about 24, 2,500 in front of him. We're going to see 3-way action here. Wow, and look at this. Mike has got bottom set, and Adam has the overpair, and all the money might go in here, Dave. Oh, boy. Adam checks the overpair, and Mike's going to bet right away with the set. Do you think Adam's going to check raise here?
Yeah, you know what I'm wondering about is, Cabby Joe, he bet so much, you almost think that he was trying to play it like he had aces or kings, yet he doesn't bet that flop.
Well, now when he folds, what's Adam going to do? Is he going to check raise? No, he makes just a smooth call. And this pot is quickly about $1,400. Here we go to the turn. The turn's an ace. And that, you know, would that save Adam here?
Oh, why would you put Mike on an ace?
Nut flush draw, something like that. Obviously,
you're giving credit for Mike having real hands.
Any 3 is a straight here. Adam checks, and now Mike, he looks a little disheartened by the ace, but he's going to throw a little $600 bet out here.
Adam looks like he's going to make a move. He's itching to make it. He hasn't made a move in at least 4 minutes.
Now, the question here is if Adam calls and the river is a high blank, if you're Mike, do you value bet or do you risk getting check race on the river by Adam, or do you just value bet the bottom set there, the deuces, on the river?
I mean, you're scared of a 3?
I'm just asking if a high blank comes here on the river. $600 bet here on the turn.
Mike said he has a big draw.
Wow.
I think we're chopping.
and Adam calls, and this pot is over $2,000. And the river is a 3rd spade. And it's just going to get checked down here. Mike checks the set down.
Well, I mean, that's not a high blank.
No.
Definitely not a high blank.
Yeah.
I mean, you wonder, what did this guy call you with? And obviously, just an overpair.
Yeah.
Now, back to the play by Joe. You see him make it $60 to go with Queen 10, and then he makes it $220 with King, Ace King. The blinds are only 10-20 in this game.
Right.
You're going to make it 11 times the big blind with Ace King and up front? I just don't understand why you're raising so much. And then not following through with a bet.
Well, it's obviously not a good flop for Ace King, especially against 2 guys that are going to call you with any 2 cards.
But then what are you betting? What are you raising up to 220 for? What are you making? You're putting in 220 just to win $30?
Mike is going to raise it up here to 220 with 9-10 of diamonds, so he makes it 220. Adam calls a 3-4 offsuit from up front. Well, Mike's hitting middle pair here. And he tells the truth about his hand again.
And this is like you said. I mean, this is pretty much going to be the Mike and Adam show until Adam goes broke. Or
but it goes check, check. And the turn's a deuce, and now Adam's open-ended. Adam checks again. Mike bets. $400 bet here. And what is Adam going to do?
Adam could raise this. See how he decides to play it.
Wow, and he's going to raise.
1,400 total. 1,000 to call.
He's going to raise it up here to 1,400. So he's going to make it 1,000 more.
How much you got left?
Another 2.
Now, would Adam check a good hand twice, like a queen here?
Well, you wonder, he did that with the flush earlier. Remember, he had the flush, he checked it. He actually had the flush draw, he checked it. He made the flush, he checked it. And he let Mike bet it. Not much Mike can beat except the draw.
Now,
Jack
if you
10,
thought-
clubs.
If you thought Adam was bluffing here, would you smooth call and just call on the river? Or is your hand too vulnerable to a dangling pair over a 9 that might come?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, also, I don't know. I mean, if Adam has any kind of draw at all, he is pot committed himself here. He can't go anywhere. He's only got about, 1,800 left. Not even. Looks like he has about $1,400 left.
Well, this pot here is about 25 to 3,000, and it's 1,000 for Mike to call here.
800.
And Mike is going to call.
He's going to call. I mean, that's dangerous, obviously.
Yeah. And we are quickly at, like I said, approaching a $4,000 pot, 3,500 to 4,000.
And is Adam going to push in regardless of what comes on the river?
And can Mike call? Obviously, he's going to be getting 4 or 5 to 1. Here we go to the river. Adam needs a straight card. It does not come, but it's a club.
It is a third club out there. Nothing Mike can beat at all, but Mike does have the best hand.
And what is Adam going to do? Looks like he looks frozen here, Dave. And he's going to push it in.
1,200.
He's going to push it in. And if he did it with a club draw, but look at this, Mike is going to call, and Adam is bluffed off his money. I guess it was just a matter of time, Dave.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
like, I hate to sound like an asshole. You know, I hate to sit here and just say, when is this guy going to lose his money? When is he going to lose his money? But you got to call a spade a spade. And we knew it was just a matter of time. We've seen this guy play so many times now. You know, he really is just a loose aggressive. He's actually, if you read Skalansky's book on what a maniac is, that's Adam. I mean, that's really it.
Right,
You just wait for him to bluff off his money. He cannot stand it.
He's going to go get another 3.
Wow.
I'd smash that frickin' turtle if I was him right now, man. Matter of fact, you know what? Give me that thing. Step on it.
Now, the funny thing there is I know it's a different type of case scenario, but can you imagine if Mike was in Adam's spot, and I know Barry Woods is listening, if Mike was in Adam's spot and Mike played that hand the exact way against Barry Woods and Barry Woods called him with 9-10, Mike would be absolutely
You can't beat
insane
anything
right now if Barry
How do you
called with
call
9-10.
that?
Yeah.
How do you call that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He called, brought me in. I got 3, and I was on the button.
But again, though, I mean, Adam almost has to realize that, I mean, he got like 4 or 5 to 1 there at the end. Could Adam be bluffing 1 out of 5 times with any board out there, Dave?
I mean, I guess you just got to realize, though. I mean, the only thing is, what could Mike beat there? Mike could
bluff.
really beat nothing.
But
It's a pure
remember,
bluff.
though, Adam probably would bluff there 1 out of 5 times. I mean, it just
Probably
makes
more like
sense.
1 out of every 2 times.
Right.
But yeah.
Limped around here. King, Queen, 8.
Top pair here for Eric. No kicker, though. Just going to put a little feeler bet out there. Mike's not going to get involved. Eric takes it down.
Yep. Button's going to move over here to seat number 1. Now we're going to take a look at another chip count here. So we've got almost $40,000 on the table. Adam is at 0 here. Oh, has he bought in for 3,000? Oh, he says he's going to buy in for 3,000. So let's take a look at the differences here. And Mike is up a quick 5 Gs. Adam a quick down about 4,500 here. Avo's down 1,400. Mo is up 2,500. A quick 5 Gs here for Mike.
Oh, no, I wanted Adam. It's all about Adam. Not about you. Well, no, I want you to.
Limped.
Just thought that he cost me an extra 400.
Yeah, we're going to see four-way action here.
If Adam wasn't there, I'd re-raise every time.
Jack 8-6 here with a couple of clubs.
How many players? 3 players?
Let's see if Mike is going to come up and bet here with King 8. He does have the best hand.
I forgot who hand I had. I'm serious.
And Mike is going to come and bet here. He's going to bet 80. And he does have the best hand here. And I can't see anybody's going to call. No one really has a piece of this flop. Mike is going to take it down there. We're about halfway into the show. Again, you can email us at livethebike.com. Check out Baron Vangler Toth's article on 2+2. Click on the magazine and check it out. It's about Live at the Bike in Barry Woods. Over the Edge, Part 6. I don't know if that necessarily means that Barry is over the edge. And again, I haven't had a chance to read it. I just got word of it right before the show. Button is going to move over here to Cabby Joe, seat number 2. Mike has got an ace-6 of clubs, and he's going to bring it in for $80 here. He says a sign of weakness is using these yellow chips there. Sometimes we talk about when people put lower denomination chips, their hand is not that strong. Usually at the lower levels, you see it with blue chips, which are $1 chips. A call here by Joe with pocket, looks like pocket 7s, and Paul is in the hand with Jack 10 offsuit. So here we go. It's about a $250 pot going 3 ways. Mike the pre-flop raiser. And Mike spikes the ace here. And he checked it. And Cabby Joe has actually got 8-7. He does not have 7-8. And Cabby Joe's flop trips, and he checked it on the button.
Betting 200.
And now Mike is going to bet 200 here. Boy, I got to tell you, if Cabby Joe had bet the flop, he probably would get more value here because now he's going to raise. And Mike can't beat a real ace, and he can't beat trip 8s. He's going to raise it up 300 more here. And there really is not a whole lot Mike can beat. But if Joe had bet the flop here with Mike having an ace, Mike might have check raised him. And Mike is going to call anyways. This quick pot is quickly over $1,000. Mike checks blind, and the river here is a 4, and it's time for a value bet here with 8s full. And there really is almost nothing Mike can beat here.
I know, but I'm wondering if that card just cost me money or if it made me lose a lot more. I know you're going to floss. I'm just wondering if it's aces full or if it's 8s full. It might be aces, so I'll just check.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Cabby Joe, he's afraid of aces full and he doesn't bet the river. What's going on, Tanya? Are you kidding me? Mike talked him out of the bet there on the river. That is unbelievable. He made the absolute minimum on that hand. That is unbelievable. He checks the river with 8s full of 4s there. Absolutely dumbfounding. Remember, if he had bet the flop, I think Mike, who raised it up with an ace, was looking to check raise the flop. Dave, I know you walked out for a second. He raised it with ace-6. Cabby called him with 7-8. The flop came ace-8-8. Mike checked the flop, and Cabby checked behind him. Mike bet the turn. Cabby min raised. Mike called. The river paired the board 4, and it went check, check. Cabby Joe didn't bet on the 8 on the river, thinking that Mike had aces full. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Maybe thinking he can't get called by a hand worse than his? I mean, maybe
well, Mike called him on the turn with the ace. Wow. Wow, we're getting word that Adam has bought 5,000 here in seat 3. Whoa. And those chips are from the other side of the casino. Wow. Now, Paul has just checked pocket 10s here in the blind. Flop comes king 7-9 here.
And obviously, we'll see a different Paul in this game with Adam to his right, Mike to his left.
Boy, Joe lost a lot of value. He should have bet the flop right away. Turn is a jack.
If he bets the flop, Mike probably raises.
Yeah,
right?
he's going to check raise him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Betting 120.
And Mike is going to bet here. He's going to bet 120. He's going to bet 120 with total air. Now, Paul's facing 2 overcards here. He did not bet the flop or the turn. Is he going to get involved?
Well, he's double gutted.
He's
now.
got a 1-card double gutter
An
as well.
8 or a queen gives him the win.
And in this case, actually, he's got the best hand. An 8 or a queen actually lets him tie the pot.
Well, Mike has also got the one card
Right.
double gutter, and both players make a straight.
Yeah, they're going to chop this up.
Now, when Paul comes and bets here, is it just a call here from Mike? Well, Mike is going to raise. And now Paul's got to figure here, oh no, does he have queen 10 here? But he doesn't have all that much left, Dave. And with the pot in there, do you call here for the chop? And he calls, and they're going to chop it up there. They're going to chop it out.
Chop that up there. You know, it's funny. Sometimes, you see the way Joe played it. Oftentimes when we play against a player like Corporation Mike or Adam, we always talk about giving them enough rope to choke themselves. Let the bluffer bluff, induce the bluff. But sometimes the best way to let them bluff is to actually let them. You have to bet. You put some money in the pot. If it looks like a weak bet, sometimes they will try to raise you off of it. Funny, I was playing in a game last night with Jonas to my left. And I had raised it up in early position with pocket, actually middle position with pocket nines. Sure enough, the flop came out with a 9. And I bet right into Jonas, really hoping that he would sense some weakness and would raise me. And sometimes that's the best way to really get that pot big.
Email here from Bones asking if we could explain the chip denominations. And I don't know if we did that today in the beginning.
We might have not.
So the brown chips in this game are $10 chips. The white chips are hundreds. If you see big gray chips, they're thousands, and a big pink one is a 5,000. Yellows are $5 chips, and if you see blues, they're ones. But the meat and potatoes of this game are the browns, which are tens, and the whites, which are hundreds. And Avo has been remarkably quiet here tonight since the beginning of the show.
Well, he's a very patient player. He'll really wait. He has no rush whatsoever.
Yeah.
I tell you, my lips are so ridiculously chapped.
Really?
They're killing me.
8-3 deuce here with a couple of clubs. It was limped around. Looks like Paul might have the best hand here with Jack deuce.
He does.
Yeah, he limped in on the button. It gets checked to him, and he's going to bet. He bets 110. And Mike is going to call him with a red wheel draw with a 2-club flush out there on the flop.
Probably thinking, well, maybe my ace is good, a 4 is good, and hey, if I hit clubs, can I represent it?
Turns a queen. Now, if it goes check-check, is Mike going to fire a bluff here on the river? There isn't much that Paul can beat. Mike is just going to give up. And the deuce is going to win. You always see Mike has a lot of respect for Paul. And I said
that's
it
one of
last
the reasons
night.
why I was surprised he actually called that. I'm sorry.
I said it last night. I really think that Paul is one of the best players that we see on a consistent basis here on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you said that Hav, also a very solid player. And it's funny, ever since you made that statement a couple weeks ago where you said you haven't really seen him make a mistake, he's been making mistakes the last couple weeks here.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Hav, he seems to make the mistakes when it comes to a big pot.
Right.
He doesn't make mistakes in small pots. I'd say 95% of the time he plays really solid, but he makes a mistake, and it's usually the big pot that costs him. We saw him last Wednesday?
Wednesday, ace-queen against ace-10.
And we saw him it was really actually, the more you think about it, and I went back and I checked the archives out to see it. On Wednesday's show, it was a hand against, where Paul had actually flopped top 2. The flop was ace-10-6.
He raised it pre-flop.
And Hav had ace-queen. And Hav went all in, ended up losing all his money with a hand as weak as ace-queen.
Hav check-raised Paul on the flop. And Paul smooth called. Then Hav bet on the turn, and Paul raised him. And that's what I said to you after the show. There's no way Paul does that with ace-king, Dave, against Hav.
Against Paul, he's got to realize that if Paul will screw around on the flop, but he's not going to do that on the turn, not generally.
Yeah.
And if you missed that hand, you should check it out. Go to the archives, top left-hand corner of the Live at the Bike website.
Abo's going to pop this one up here, one off the cutoff with Jack 10 of diamonds. He's going to make it 120 to go. Mike is called in the small blind here with 6-5 offsuit.
I figured 3 people would call. That's unbelievable. And now I figure you call one of them's going to buy. How much stack does he get?
So we're heads up here. It's about a $250 pot. Well, Mike's hit the best hand here with middle pair.
And that's usually enough for him to bet, and he does.
Abo bets 200, and Mike check calls. Quick check call here by Mike. Turns a jack, and now Abo's got the best hand, but it is a third spade. See what Abo's going to do here. What do you think Mike called you with on the flop? You can't beat the king. You can't beat a flush draw.
It's so hard to put Mike on a hand.
Yeah.
Mike could have anything from 5-3, 7-5. He could have a king. He could have spades.
I was going to bet 500 again here.
Or in this case, he could have 6-5. He could have absolutely nothing.
And again, when I was out of the room, I was kind of yelling at Tanya. I was like, what's going on here with Joe? What a bunch of value he lost in that hand against Mike.
Yeah. Once again, I really hope that he doesn't, like, go hang out with his girlfriend later and get an earful. Because that would just be, that's wrong.
An earful from her about,
Yeah.
his weak play, you mean?
Well, that one play.
Yeah.
You got to remember, obviously, poker is real easy when you can see the cards.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, how many times can this guy keep betting into me when I keep raising him?
That's why I thought you wouldn't do it.
A couple sparked a little bit of discussion about people say that, you would never really fold the nuts in Hold'em. And I just threw it out there.
Yeah,
on the
and
flop.
Hold'em, I don't think it's real tough.
But you would on the turn sometimes, I think. Maybe if there's a two flush going
The
either
nuts,
way.
I don't know.
No?
The nuts, I don't think so. You might throw the bottom straight away. Like in that hand there,
Right.
if you had ace-3, now you can also lose to 6-3.
Oh, yeah.
Then you might. But the nuts, I don't know.
Now, we had a raise here by Adam with Jack-10, and Mike and Mo smooth call.
And pocket queens in Vegas. Flop game like this, man.
And Adam checked it, and they all check it.
Turns a 3.
And Mo's hand is still the best here.
Checked around again.
And nobody wants it, huh?
River's a queen now, and now is Mo going to throw a little value bet and get a call here by Mike. He's going to throw a $100 bet in here, and Mike is going to min-raise him, and a quick, probably only call here by Mo.
Would you ever make it 300?
How many times are you going to beat me with ace queen tonight, huh?
And again, it's just a little thing like that where actually if Mike now even steps his game up even more, I don't really know why you would ever min-raise Mo if you put him on hands that he would call a raise with pre-flop with king-queen there on the river.
Well, you got to understand, though, for Mike, there really is value to not showing the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Mike will sometimes bluff that way. Mike will do a
Right.
lot of different things. And Mike, for Mike's play to succeed, he has to never take his foot off the pedal. Barry Wood's having a lot of fun on the thread, ripping apart Mike's play. You think Barry and Mike kind of have a crush on each other? Little man love going on there?
Couple of cowboys here for Corporation Mike. And he's going to raise it up here with kings.
And I think this is an easy call for Joe. It's definitely an easy call for Joe. Joe's got a lot of money in front of him.
Now, I just would hate to see Joe lose value. Wow, he's not going to call. I would hate to see Joe lose value if he flops a set and slow plays it and say an ace comes off and Mike somehow doesn't.
How big was the raise? 120?
Yeah, he did not. But Adam calls with queen 9.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, Dave. 9-7-5 here on the flop.
Now, Adam is $5,000 deep. He's not going to lose his whole stack in this pot, is he?
Mike bets 200, and Adam's going to check raise. He's going to make it 700 total, and this one's going to be fun. Did Mike move all in? No, he's just... Yeah, he did move all in. He's moved all in with the overpair. Wow. Unbelievable stuff here.
This time I got 2 kings, man.
He's telling the truth again, Dave.
Yeah. Told him last time, and now he's telling him again. And what is Adam going to do here? Now, Mike will bluff. Rarely do we see him bluff this way. Rarely do we see him put a $4,000 straight in there,
Yeah,
all in.
he doesn't
bluff.
really bluff off a huge amount. And remember, like you said, though, Adam doesn't like to call off. He likes to be the bluffer.
Yeah.
It's no fun for him to call off here all his chips. He'd rather push. Kind of a look of concern here. He is way behind with queen 9 against kings.
And the problem with Adam is even if Adam makes this call, they run it 3 times and Adam can't win all 3.
Yeah.
It's almost better for him the way he plays. It's better for him not to run it and just try to get lucky.
So Mike is talking to his corporation buddy.
Wait, what suits were they? Clubs and spades.
Oh. Gotcha.
I said something different?
Yeah, it's okay. Same kind of same thing though. You missed a red one though.
It's about, Dave, it's about a 5 or 6,000. No, it's about a $7,000 pot. Another 3 or 4,000 for Adam to call here. More than that.
And this is the one thing, I think a lot of the players at the table are missing value. And we saw this the other night when Mike was playing against, who was he playing against when he was playing against, I can't remember the guy. But anyway, though, notice how many hands Mike is getting involved with Adam. I mean, I got to tell you, if I'm playing at this table, I want to play a lot of hands with Adam. I really do. Because he's going to make mistakes like this one.
Well, Adam has manufactured a hand he can beat, which would be Jack 9 here.
And I really hope Mike does not show.
Showed him 1, he said king. He only showed him the king, Dave.
Yeah, well,
wow, is the turn card a 9 there? Wow, the turn card's a 9. And you know, the funny thing there was, we saw in the rabbit camp, you wonder if Mike actually let a bluffer off the hook, we sometimes talk about, by actually re-raising there. If he smooth calls and lets Adam force him to betting into him on the turn. But if he did that, Adam would have made trips on the turn.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That would have been ugly.
Yeah.
That really would have been
I
ugly.
mean, Mike probably would have flipped the table over.
And once again, Adam check raising with what he thought he was the best hand, committing more chips than he has to.
Yep.
The only time I want to bet against you is if I have a hand.
Still shocked that Joe didn't bet that river.
And you hear somebody saying, I think it was Joe saying, the only time I want to bet against you and I have a hand is when I have a hand. And that's what a player like that wants. He wants to put the fear of God into you where every single time you're raising him or every single time you're betting, you have to have a hand because you know he might force you to put all your money in there.
Look at this email here from, I guess, a new emailer, Mike. It's listed as a $1,000 no-limit game tonight on Live with Mike. Is this a cash ring game or a tourney? And obviously, I don't think he knows. Yes, this is a cash game, Mike.
We have cash games
Yeah.
here. That's what we do.
As amazing as it would sound.
We stream live cash games. Everything you see on TV, generally, is a tournament. Or if it is a cash game, it's edited. Now, here what we do is it's live, it's unedited, it's unscripted, and it's always a cash game.
Now, it gets checked over here to Dr. Allen. He's going to bet 160 here with a draw, ace-10. Now, Cabby Joe, he's checked the queen-jack. Is he going to get involved here?
Now, he does have, now, if the queen were to come, Dr. Allen actually has the bigger straight.
Right.
He could beat anybody that has just a queen.
I'm going to fold it. But again, though, like I said, you wonder if it's sometimes proper to smooth call a bluffer. If you've got kings there and you decide that you're going to commit because you think the guy only has top pair, why not just smooth call and then pop them all in on the turn, make him commit more of his stack? If he did that, though, the 9 comes off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't look at the result.
Right.
Sometimes, though, if you push there, your opponent goes, oh, wait a second, if you had a real hand, why would you play it so hard?
Right.
And you end up getting called.
Never mix them up. I had one earlier. That's a smart. I remember.
A couple people posting, wow, Cabby Joe doesn't play well, Mikey, on Vegas. This is a comment by Zelos. What a pussy. That 7-8 hand was an example of Zebo's theorem. I don't know. I think they're talking about a guy on here, Zebo. Posting this. I'm not exactly familiar with what theorem that is. Got a $140 raise here by Mike with Big Slick. Mo's going to call with the speed limit here, a couple of 5s. I wonder if that theorem has something to do with being scared of laggy players.
Of course.
Queen.
Queen 7, queen here. Well, Mo's got the best hand. He's going to get involved here when Mike puts his continuation bet. Well, Mike actually checked. And Mo bet 300, and Mike made an instant check call here. Instantly. If you put maybe Mike on something like 9s or 10s here. Well, the turn's a 7, and Mo's gotten counterfeited.
Yeah, his hand is now garbage.
And he's going to bet here again. He bets 500.
Now, Mike can beat, obviously. He can beat.
Pocket 6s and lower.
Right. Still can't beat 8s, can't beat 9s. And he is going to raise.
And he's going to check raise him. And Mo is out of there. And he shows it like he thinks it's a bluff, but it's the best hand.
Yeah. River was a 4, wouldn't have changed anything.
Now, the funny thing about Mike showing, I mean, I like sometimes he shows the bluffs, but you can actually pick up a pattern when he shows his cards now, because he shows his bluffs and he doesn't show his real hands. And that is almost like a consistent pattern now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when he doesn't show, he had a real hand.
Right, but most players aren't paying attention to that, and he riles up by showing the bluffs.
Right.
The advertising factor, it just... it pays off so much for him.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Obviously, most people watching the show probably say, all you guys do is talk about Mike. And part of the reason is because he's in every single hand.
Yeah.
I would talk about Kirk, but he doesn't play any hands.
Mike's going to raise it up here to 100 with ace-10 off suit.
Kirk folds.
I just want to play a hand.
Look at Eric. I just want to play a hand. Well, hey, at least he's being honest.
Loose call.
And he's being honest about that, too.
Very loose call here with Queen 7 of hearts, and Mike has thrown 200 in blind.
Nice.
Well, look at what a flop for Eric. He's got a straight draw and a flush draw, but Mike's got top pair, and Eric could raise this right now. He could raise it right now. He's got a huge draw here. He's actually open-ended, but if the jack comes, you know, it wouldn't just be like ass end of it, Dave, because he's got the queen as well, but he just calls.
No, he's
got a huge hand here.
using his image. He should definitely raise this pot.
Turns a deuce, and it goes check, check. He takes the card. And the river's a 3, and he misses everything. Wow.
And in all likelihood, Mike will check it because he doesn't have to bet because he's got a pair. And Eric is not going to bluff this, is he? Because I think he's going to get called.
400.
Wow.
And I think that's a $400 gift. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Mike beats him in the pot.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Beats him in the pot. Boy,
And
Eric,
that's just
Wow.
you know what? Not to.
what a flop if you're in there with Queen 7 of hearts, Dave.
If Eric raises the flop,
Yeah.
I don't know if Mike can continue. I know he's got top pair, top kicker, but
Yeah.
you know, you say a loose call, but man, that's an ugly flop for ace 10. Really, is not a great flop.
What a huge flop for Queen 7. Huge. I mean,
He actually
that's
was my
why-
favorite.
That's why you say when you look at it's so difficult to play up and down suited, unconnected cards because it's so hard to get a big flop. If you're in there and you don't hit 2 pair of trips, that's just about as big a flop as you're ever going to see with
That's
up and down.
huge.
Yeah.
That is a huge flop. I mean, you think about it. A queen was good, a jack was good,
Yeah.
a 6 was good, and a heart was good. I mean, this guy had. Wow, he actually had 18 outs on the flop.
He said he was about 61% there
Yeah.
on the flop. Yeah.
And if he raises on the flop, he probably takes it down. And you notice how the check on the river almost induced that bluff, and we just knew right away that was pretty much just a gift. There was no way Mike was going to throw that away.
Well, I don't think there's any way if you look back at the hand that you throw ace 10 away there.
No,
when he
no
bets
way.
No way. What, he's going to check 2 pair on the turn when it's connected and now bet the river? I don't buy it for 1 second.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah.
And Eric obviously not realizing that, not seeing that.
Yeah.
And I don't mind necessarily, you know, when he chose not to raise the flop, and then he said, okay, I'm going to take the card, I'm going to take the free card on the turn, see if I can get there. Okay, I guess that's a way to play it. I mean, I'd probably bet it and put some pressure on Mike. See if I can take it down without hitting my hands.
Again, you know, if I'm playing in this game, I probably might have a similar image as Eric. Now, Mike hasn't played with me all that much, but I might raise that flop, and I might not take the card in the turn. I might just put the pressure on Mike. I might build the pot up where he's really going to have to face, is he going to call with ace 10 here?
Definitely. If you smooth call, oftentimes what I will do with Mike is I'll smooth call him one time.
Yeah.
Acting as if I almost want to bet. I almost want him to bet into me again. I have a big hand, Mike, but I'm going to let you bluff up your money if you're going to do it. And then when he checks to me, I'm sure as hell going to throw a $500 bet in it and put some pressure on him.
You can individually pay your time every half hour, or you can use the collection.
Now they're talking about pot limit.
We
Omaha.
always know that in pot limit Omaha, you fold the nuts on the flop.
Yeah, there are times where it is correct
Yeah.
to fold the nuts in either Omaha 8 or better or pot limit Omaha. Either way, obviously.
Yeah, Omaha 8 or better if you've got, you know. Man, well, in limit, it's kind of tough to fold one side of the nuts. I don't play a lot of pot limit. I don't know, you know, maybe something can help there if you play a lot of pot limit Omaha.
And what if the board is? I'll throw a board.
Let's say if you have a-
what if there's a lot of heat? The board is 6, 7, 8 with 2 spades.
Right.
You have no spades in your hand, and you have 9, 10 in your hand. But
Right.
you've got like 9, 10. You know, nothing.
Right, but the other thing, though, too, is in pot limit Omaha High, I don't know if you want to commit all your chips with the nut flush on the flop with 3 low cards out there and you have no low draw.
Right. In
Because
Omaha,
somebody
better.
can have the high-low in Omaha high-low. Because somebody could have
Right.
the nut low draw with a set, and you are putting all your
Right,
money
that's what I was
in.
talking about.
Yeah.
With a flop of 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of heat out there and you have 9, 10, you are at best getting half the pot.
Yeah.
And if the board pairs or that flush comes, you're getting nothing. And those are traps, obviously, for Omaha 8 better.
Paul gets Paul's going to bet there. Like I said, I play more limit. I mean, in limit Omaha high-low, Dave, you can stay in there with one side of the nuts.
Now, Paul is probably, I think Paul is probably one of the best players here. Real solid. Obviously, he makes mistakes once in a while.
Well, it's
rarely is it a big mistake.
Yeah, it's
though.
funny you said that, and like you said, you almost jinxed Hav. But I haven't seen Paul make a mistake in a long time.
He'll make a mistake like we saw him last night actually playing the game. Actually, on a Wednesday night, we saw him playing the game.
Yeah.
And he made a couple of small mistakes, but he rarely makes a big mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll bluff at it sometimes, and he'll be, okay, I was wrong, no big deal. Good players do that all the time. But the two hands Paul's played, both on his button, and both times he's won.
Cabby Joe's just going to limp in here with ace-queen. Now, Mike is out of the game right now. Paul just limps into the cutoff with ace-10. Without Mike there, I thought maybe he would attack Kirk's blind. It is a full ring game, but he chooses just to limp in. Well, there's the ace. Now, Cabby Joe is probably going to lead out in his Paul. Oh, no, he checked it. Well, now Paul's going to bet. I wonder if Cabby Joe bet there if Paul would just fold the ace-10.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, Cabby Joe liking to do the check-raise play here, I assume.
Well, it is the limped pot, Dave.
Yeah. And he's going to check-raise. He's going to make it, looks like, what, 250?
Yeah, and, Paul, who pays attention, he saw Cabby Joe turn over the eights full on the river. For a guy that he might tag as really passive, I can't imagine he's going to continue with ace-10 to a check raise here.
I mean, it's surprising. The only thing I'm surprised about with Cabby Joe is now he is checking, hoping somebody bets, and there's no assurance somebody is going to bet there. It is not a raised pot.
Wow, I'm shocked. Paul calls. Now, throw something out here. Is he trying to pick up a club on the turn, maybe? And maybe put a big raise in?
He thinks he might get some free cards here. Now his 10 doesn't play. And look, Cabby Joe gives him a card.
Check, check. The river. And now can he represent?
He might be able to. No, he's not going to.
Wow. I was a little surprised there that hand went down that man.
He gets the free showdown.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the reason Paul called, though, is because he figured, this kid didn't bet his full house.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll give me a couple of free cards.
We also said he was hoping that he was just on a club draw, which obviously got there at the end.
Tough to put him on a club draw, though, when you have the ace of clubs.
Yeah.
A player like Joe, I would assume that he's more of a, probably going to call with his draws and not be betting and raising with his draws. Once again, we're live at the bike. I'm David Tuckman here with Bart Hansen. We spread live cash games every Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. And we might see our first couple of multi-way pots without Mike in the game.
Live straddle here by Cabby Joe. And again, if he's not going to be raising out of the straddle spot in a full ring game, there's really no point to that move. We're going to see it four ways limped around here. $160 in the pot. Jack
Basically,
3-5.
you're just putting more money in the pot out of position.
Now, Eric is going to come out and lead here with the semi-bluff. He's got a gut shot wheel draw. Adam is open-ended. I don't think Adam's going anywhere. He makes the call. Now, look at this. Can you imagine if Eric catches the deuce here? Now, we see that two are dead in Paul's hand. Huge reverse implied odds.
Yeah.
Well, the turn is a 6.
And now Adam he's actually got the best hand. Hard for him to know that, though. You'd assume Eric's got a jack here.
Yep. Now, that actually kills Eric's draw because if Eric were to actually catch that deuce now, it's pretty much, well, I mean, it's an obvious straight. He would chop it
You're
with
not gonna
anyone
make any
before. Yeah. Luckily for him, the deuce didn't come because I think that Adam would have doubled through or got Eric's money.
Eric took one shot at it. Just said, forget it. I'm done with it. Button moves over to seat number 9. That's Kirk.
Got another chip count coming up here.
And that's it. There it is.
41,000.
On the table. Mike's got the table covered now. He's up to 11,000. Avo's up to 9,600. Paul is actually bought in short, unless he has a big chip. I didn't see any big chips there, though. Let's see how they're doing.
Mike up a quick 6 Gs now. Adam down a quick 5,500.
And there's no coincidence. Adam 5,500. Mike's up 6,000. The rest of the table is sort of even. I mean, Mo's up a little bit. Kirk's up a little bit. And that's because Mike is actually involving himself in pots with Adam.
Mo's going to bring this one in from a raise here in the cutoff against Adam Straddle with pocket 4s. Made it 190, and Adam is going to make a call here. Very difficult hand to play out of his position here. High Broadway offsuit, Queen 10.
Not sure what you're trying to hit there.
Look at the set of 4s here from Mo.
Yep. And you bet this. You bet it because Adam is a check raiser.
Yes.
So that's the reason you bet it. And I like the bet by Mo.
Adam's not going to get involved
Right,
here.
but that's why you bet it, though. And Mo, unfortunately for him, he's flopped 2 sets but hasn't gotten any action today.
Yeah.
But he's up over $2,000. That's one of the reasons why if you talk to some of the top tournament pros, they all say, a lot of them, the reason they play so many hands is because they consider their competition weak. And since No Limit Hold'em is kind of a game of mistakes, they figure the more pots they're playing, the more chances they're giving their opponents to make mistakes.
Probably, yeah. It's because more fun.
I mean, this is with Mike in this game, it's not a terribly difficult game to play in because everybody plays it so predictable.
It's going to get chopped around here.
It's one of the things Mike does to a game. We always talk about ranking the players, right? And then when Mike enters the game, oftentimes he forces players that normally would kind of mix it up to play straightforward because they're a little scared.
So is Mike playing 5,100 no limit in Vegas?
I think he was playing 2550.
2550.
Was a big
Yeah.
game at the time. But he had told me that he bought in for 20,000.
Yeah.
And Kenny the Kid likes to have the whole table covered ridiculous. Actually bought in for $80,000. Right now our America Poker Classic is going on. Tomorrow's tournament's actually the No Limit Championship for it. $500 entry fee. 4:15 start. How many chips do you get for that, do you know?
I don't know.
You know how long the rounds are? Wow, 10 times the buy-in, so 5,000 chips.
Little $70 raise here by Cabby Joe. 3-5 offsuit. Adam's going to quickly come in the hand. Adam, the small blind with 5-4. He's actually got Joe dominated here. Well, it misses both now. Can Cabby Joe throw that little continuation bet? No, it goes check, check. Don't really know why you'd raise with 5-3 there. Turns an 8.
Well, if you're not going to follow through with it, right? If he bets the flop, he probably takes it down, right? You assume?
Adam is going to bet here.
Well, Adam's going, hey, if you don't want the pot, I'll take it. And is Joe going to raise this? He's thinking of making a move. I mean, it's obviously going through his head.
Nope.
But no. He's not going to pull the trigger. And I wonder how long the rounds are for tomorrow's tournament. Ronnie?
Well, of course, Dave, we still have this great promotion that started yesterday going on with your classic card here at the bike. If you come down and play any no-limit game, I think it's 100 or higher. If you play 50 hours starting yesterday, all the way up to August 10th, you have the opportunity to enter a $100 tournament where we are giving away 10 main event seats for Legends. $10,000. $140,000 in
Free roll tournament.
in seats. Top 10 get a main event seat. The next 10 get a $1,500 seat, and I think the next 10 get a $500 seat.
So basically, for $100, you're going to be entered into about a $250,000 tournament.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That really is.
And it's probably not going to be more than 300 or 400 people in the tournament. Mo's going to bring this one in for a raise with Queen Jack. Eric is called with Ace Queen.
And you see how Mo is going to actually play it a little more aggressively now that Mike's not in the game.
Well, Eric has hit the hand. Mo's going to throw a little continuation bet out here. He's going to bet 300. Now, Eric knows, obviously he watches this show, this is sometimes a sucker hand here.
It really
but he's
is.
short, and he's going to move in.
Yeah, and that's really the only way to play that hand now. I mean, you're either going to move in or you're going to fold, but hey, if you're going to call a raise with Ace-Queen, what are you hoping for? And some people go, well, Ace-King beats him. The king out there actually diminishes the chances that Mo would have Ace-King.
And Mo's trying to figure out how much this is more. It's 790. Mo's getting 2-1 now. He's not going to call for a gut shot there. So Mike did well there in Vegas on the cash
He
game.
did well in the cash game. Yeah, he said he did nothing in the tournaments.
Yeah.
Corporation Mom did nothing in the tournaments also, apparently. But he went to the cash games and did real well.
Button moves over here to C5. I think Mike probably has some business on the other side of the casino or something
Yeah,
like
apparently.
that. Yeah.
Now, the one thing with Corporation Mike, you'd think that his game would really work for tournaments. And I would think that he would do really well in, say, a one-day tournament.
Yeah.
Those multi-day tournaments where you've kind of got to...
Change gears, shift around, be sometimes patient.
Yeah, I think eventually it'll catch up to him, you know? I don't think he can play his style for 6 days straight, 7 days straight, and win a tournament.
$90 raise here by Adam. 8-4 offsuit.
And now with Mike out of the game, everybody else is kind of taking the shots here, seeing if they can raise. Once again, if you've missed any part of this show, you can actually watch it tonight. We replay it at 11 p.m. tonight, and then every 3 hours until 5 p.m. tomorrow. You can also catch the entire week on Sunday. While you're playing your internet poker at home, you can actually listen to Live at the Bike and watch it.
Email here from Todd Wilson from McKinney, Texas. He says, what sort of precautions against cheating do you guys take? Is there a delay? Well, yes, there is a 10-minute delay. It is not live.
Yeah, I would suggest that this game, this form of poker, because you have to understand, anytime there's money involved, there's always going to be cheating. Whether you're playing in tournaments live, whether you're playing on the internet, whether you're playing in cash games live or on the internet, there will always be some sort of form of cheating. People are always going to try to skip the system, skirt the system.
8-6-4 here. Now, Kirk is checked, King 8, top pair. Adam has bet 50, and Kirk is gonna...
He check raises at 100 more.
Yeah. 60 more.
Oh, 60 more, okay.
Well, Adam is gonna call. He's got a draw. Backdoor spades and a gut shot to the 5. His jack is also good. Well, the turn's a 3. Now Kirk bets.
Yeah, that's $200.
Got an interesting email here from Tony D, and I'll get to it in a second after this hand is done.
And yeah, I just wanted to say one thing about the cheating. I would actually suggest that this game is probably
the most protected.
The most protected and the safest place to play poker. Because we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 pair of eyes actually watching at all times.
And thousands out there watching.
Yeah, I mean, if anything actually looked kind of fishy, we're on it right away.
So Tony D says, hey guys, in the hand where Mike had pocket kings against Adam with queen 9, if Mike doesn't put Adam in on the turn and he smooth calls, and the 9 comes on the turn and Adam moves in, do you call if you're Mike? And I would say I would probably call against Adam there. I mean, it's just...
Man,
it does put you to the test.
It really does put you to the test, I mean, in the end, you only have one pair. Can you pick a better spot? You know Adam's going to continue bluffing.
Now, Mo is going to raise it up here. He's going to raise Adam's straddle. He's going to make it 150 to go with king 9 of clubs.
Adam's got a real hand here. Adam's got ace-jack.
He calls.
Pot's about $350.
Now, you wonder if Adam hits an ace or a jack, is he going to check raise? Well, here we go. And he does.
He checks.
Check.
I mean, it's so predictable.
Mo bets, 210.
And Adam's going to check raise.
No, Adam just calls.
Well, he's not check raising because he doesn't have to. He actually has a hand.
Turns a 10.
And is Mo going to continue betting this?
Wow. He is going to. I think he's trying to get Adam off of a 7 or a 4. But you know that Adam's not going anywhere, and Mo is drawing stone cold dead. And is Mo going to, I mean, what happens here on the river? The river's a 5.
I got to tell you, if you're Adam, you check it.
Yeah, Mo's going to give up.
If you're Adam, there's no value to betting that, is there?
Nope.
Now, obviously, Adam wins himself a nice pot there, but you've got to realize that the problem with the way he played that ace-jack there, if Mo actually was raising with a real hand, ace-king or ace-queen, is Adam? I'm assuming Adam's just going to keep paying him off the entire way, and on the river.
Saving you money right now, bro. Don't worry about paying him in.
Button moves over to Kirk there, and Eric's going to buy the button. If you miss the blind, you can actually buy the button, which means basically you put the small blind in his dead, in the middle of the pot, and the big blind is alive. So you're paying $30 in this game, because the blinds are 10 and 20. I mean, that's the one thing with Adam. Yeah, if Mike had decided to smooth call him, one of the things, if the deck hits Adam in the face the same way as Mike, he's going to get paid because he's bluffing so often. And in most cases, it's correct to call. And you see this little post here from, I was reading a post from, what was it, Bugle?
Buglemouth.
Buglemouth. And this is, he's not alone. He says, speaking as a passive weakling, I would hate to play against Mike.
We need to see Eric's cards. It goes check. Dr. Allen's got... Ooh. 9-10 of clubs, and I think 9 high or 10 high is going to win it there.
Yeah. Nothing like the good old 10 high.
Look at this post here from Zelos again. What was her name? Tanya. This is not us. We are reading some of what our viewers say. Cabby's Joe's girlfriend needs to beat him with a stick to make him into a real man.
That's cool. So you know what? The second I saw that email, I knew where it was going. I just said, this is going to be ugly. Joe, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right now, I'm saying it. It's not me. Well, he's got ace queen suited in the small blinds.
Well, Eric has got ace king, and Paul is going to raise it to 110 here with pocket tens. Eric's got ace king here on the button. Ace king offsuit. He makes a smooth call. Joe's probably going to smooth call here as well.
Would you ever re-raise this with ace queen suited? Or do you have to give Paul the respect?
He's going to fold.
Wow. Okay.
And Adam comes in with king 6 of hearts. And Adam is dominated here. Oh, 5-3-3. Paul's got a nice little overpair here.
And that laydown of ace queen suited might look passive. It's actually not a bad laydown. You get a raise from Paul in kind of earliest position, a call from Eric. Why do you really want to get involved with a hand that can be easily dominated out of position?
And he was dominated out of position.
And it's no surprise. I mean, if the ace comes, it's not like Paul is going to pay him off. I mean, he's way behind.
Where is Avo? Avo's been gone from the table for like...
Apparently, Avo's girlfriend is here, and she might be beating him with a stick to make him into a real man. Well, the big blind is actually Paul here, and if I'm Paul, there's no way I'm chopping. Not a chance in hell.
No, they're going to chop.
Are you kidding me, Paul? You know what? He watches the show, and he's going to have to explain that one to me. I don't understand. I mean, I know some people like the chop because they don't want to create ill will.
Right.
You're playing poker. I mean, and Avo's back, and he's going to buy himself the button.
Again, you can check out our MySpace page, and someone made a broke bike MySpace page, which is kind of funny. If you look at our comments.
Why don't you make it our one of our top friends so somebody can see it, find it easily?
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can find it here, though.
Oh.
It's tough. We've got so many friends.
Wouldn't it be at the bottom? Or no?
They do
Not
it,
necessarily.
They do it here, but let's see.
Monday I got hit a little bit in position because
you're right.
the rumor of Jon Snow resigning.
I know how Tom works.
Hey, what happened to your MySpace page?
But,
I don't know. Got lost.
The employment numbers came out.
You know, I could be broke by it. You never know.
Make money doing that.
Oh, no, huge. It's the largest market in the world.
Adam makes it $70 to go with 6-5 offsuit. And Dr. Allen is thinking about calling him. You know what? I don't mind this laydown. It's one of those cases where, yes, you probably know this guy is stealing. Yes, your jack high is probably the best hand. But is this the hand that you really want to get against him? You're out of position with a hand as weak as jack 10. And you've got to realize that laggy players, they get hands too. You know, Adam, Mike, they're going to get pocket aces just as often as you are.
And Mike is back, and he's going to enter the under the gun position with the straddle, which is what you're allowed to do here.
And there we go. Now, Broke Bike is one of our top 8 friends. So check out our MySpace, and you can check that out. That's actually really well done. It's kind of funny.
Everything's a lot of fundamental.
Now the table all of a sudden gets more talkative and more lively now that Mike is back to the game. And look at this. Adam's got ace-king here in C3. Now, is he going to limp in with the intention of limp re-raising Mike's straddle raise, which comes about 30 or 40% of the time? And he did limp in here, Dave. Avo also limped in with ace-10.
I don't know if 8s are strong enough to raise in that early position.
Well, no, I'm talking about Adam with ace-king from out back.
Okay.
And Mike does not raise the straddle with king-5. Now we're going to see 6-way action. Jack 6 deuce here, a couple diamonds.
And Dr. Allen's going to bet right into it. He's got top pair. That's part of Dr. Allen's game that I like. He's a very tight player. He's very disciplined.
But when he feels like he has the best hand, he has no problem putting chips in there. He's
And we
certainly not scared.
saw Adam make this call earlier tonight when he just limped in with Ace King. Is he going to do it again? Oh, it's such trouble.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, how easy would it be for Dr. Allen to have Ace Jack or King Jack?
He is in the blind.
Now there's the king.
Wow.
Now Adam's out. Now Adam's got him. But how easy, like I said, would it be for Dr. Allen to have King Jack here? And what, are you going to go broke with this hand with Ace King?
He's going to bet 340 here. And you can see Adam, I don't even think he can play it that hard. He just calls.
No, you can't play it hard at all. All you can do is call.
Now, if the river is a diamond and Allen checks to you, well, the river's a 4.
I mean, if he checks to me, I can definitely bet it. But if he bets into me, and he is going to bet,
Gonna throw a little stop bet out here.
well, it's an interesting bet. I mean, normally you'd think that there's no value to betting here. If the guy had a diamond, he didn't get there, you might want to check it to induce the bluff.
And Adam's going to win a nice little pot here again. And this one's going to turn some eyes when he turns this over, I think, when he makes this call.
Right. Although we've seen guys do this time and time again, people calling with just overcards.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think once he got called, he realized he was in trouble.
Wow, wow, wow.
Obviously difficult there. I mean, you might put your opponent on diamonds. But I got to say, if you're putting him on diamonds, you might check to induce the bluff, especially against
Well,
Adam.
you know, it's funny I asked you that. I mean, would you really bet if a third diamond comes there on the river for some reason if you're in there with Ace King? Because couldn't he be checking a hand as strong as 2 pair or even a set?
No, that's what I'm saying. If a diamond doesn't come.
Right. No, if the diamond doesn't come and he checks, but I'm saying if the diamond does come.
Oh, if the diamond comes, obviously, it's completely different. If diamond comes, you've got to start, what can you beat then?
Right.
You know, if diamond comes, it probably goes check.
Was I supposed to put my cards in the window?
Cabby Joe's going to limp in here with pocket 8s.
I just mean when a blank comes there on the river, if you bet into him, well, you can't beat anything he would call you with. But you might check it, induce the bluff. Now, this case, obviously, he had a real hand.
And Abo is going to raise it up here with Queen Jack, and Mike is going to call with that speculative King Jack offsuit from up front. He does have Abo dominated, though.
Yeah, I mean, King Jack's normally a dominated hand, but in this case, he's actually in good shape.
Cabby Joe is going to come in with the overcall here with pocket 8s, and is Adam going to come in with the 8-5 offsuit?
Here we go. How about Jack 8-5 flop?
That would be something.
Jack 8-5. That would be such a great flop. Avo would lose no money on it at all, though.
Yeah, right.
He'd lose no money.
And Abo's making a position raise here in the cutoff.
Definitely.
Queen Jack. I mean, it's not. I mean, now you've got a few callers. Unless he probably flops a dry Jack.
Is Adam
here.
re-raising? No, okay.
No.
Just took so long
I mean,
to put
Abo is
money
going
out
to
there.
really proceed with caution unless he flops a monster here.
And this pot is about $500. And that's
Wow,
not,
well, look at that's a nice flop for Abo's hand. He's got
great flop.
overcards and diamonds.
It's a great flop. Mike's going to bet right into it, though.
And what does Cabby Joe do here? He's got 2 people behind him and the pre-flop raiser.
Oh, once again, I mean, it really puts you in a tough spot. You know, it puts you in a spot where you almost feel like you have to raise.
Or if you want to continue on.
Yeah. Now, this is the real question. How does Avo play a draw in position against Mike? Now, we saw this earlier where he had a straight draw against Mike, and he played it pretty passively. Just check called. Well, actually, didn't even check. He just called, and then threw it away in the river. Now, this is a big hand.
Show me, he said.
And he just makes the call here.
And the funny thing is, he is not a favorite on this flop.
And the turn is a king, well, because some of the cards are shared. And now Avo picks up the open-ended straight draw. Mike's got top pair. Avo's got a gigantic draw here on with 1 card to come.
But he's still a 2-to-1 dog.
Mike bets 600 here. If you're Avo, I got to say, if Avo put in a raise here, I don't know even if Mike is going to continue on with King Jack.
I got to tell you, I think Avo is going to raise this. I really do.
He's got a huge draw.
I mean, I think Avo would raise this against 4 out of 5 players. The question is, will he raise Mike? And this is what Mike does to some players. I mean, I really think Avo would raise this against
And
most
again,
players.
Avo would sometimes slow play, say, top set, or if he had kings, he might smooth call Mike as well.
Oh, definitely.
Don't give me those big chips.
Avo sometimes plays aces that way. So many hands Avo could have here. But in this case, he's got a huge draw. An ace, a 9,
or a diamond.
But he's just going to smooth call once again here.
And I really think he would raise.
And if it goes
most players.
blank and Mike checks, what does Avo do in the river? And the river's a king, and now Mike's got trip kings. And that might save Avo here from trying to make a bluff here. Yeah.
And once again, Avo goes, this is a big draw, and he doesn't get there. You know, and Avo's kind of putting his hands up in the air, and he's going, man, can I hit a draw?
Yeah.
But that's not the way Avo normally plays. Avo normally plays his draws much more aggressively, and he gets some fold equity in there. You've got to realize when you are just calling, you have to make your hand. When you are the better, you don't necessarily need to make your hand because you have that fold equity.
In this case, the raiser in position. I don't even know. I mean, Mike, remember, Mike a year ago calls with King Jack. I mean, Mike was the type of guy that wouldn't go anywhere with top pair. But King Jack against a turn raise by Avo, when Avo is the type of player that has a tendency to slow play heads up on the flop with an overpair or with the set.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, first of all, if Avo raises the flop, I think he takes it down. If Avo raises the turn, you wonder. You wonder what Mike does there with King Jack. I mean, it's a crying call at best. And Mike's saying that he should have checked the river, possibly inducing a bluff.
Well, in that case, I think that was probably the right play.
Well, if you put your opponent on diamonds,
right.
pure draw, yeah.
But I wondered if the river was a total blank, low blank offsuit card, and Mike checked the river, what Avo was going to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Mike checks it though, if it's a blank.
You think he throws a little blocker bet out there?
Not a blocker. I think he puts out a $1,000 bet.
With King Jack.
It's Mike. I mean, we've watched him for a year. You think he's going to check it? I don't think so. I just don't see that at all. He doesn't want to check and then face a big bet.
Paul's going to bet there with 9-10 top pair. He's going to take it down.
And it just doesn't really add up at that point. You know?
Wasn't the best hand on the turn? That wasn't the best hand on the turn?
It didn't matter.
I don't understand.
I didn't care what you did. Just say that.
You were just going to make a move till the king came?
And he's trying to, you can hear what he said, I didn't care what you had. There's nothing you could have had that I couldn't beat if I hit my draw.
That I wasn't drawing out to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was drawing to the nuts both ways.
My open-ended straight on first off for 7th time in a row.
I figured you had a big draw.
Now, Mo's got pocket jacks in the small blind here. And look at this. Mike has got a raising hand for him on the button. He's got ace-10 of hearts.
Oh, definitely.
And you wonder if Mo is going to come over the top of Mike's button raise here with jacks. We always talk about jacks as not necessarily a re-raising hand, but in this situation, I think it might be.
Isolating Mike. And I think one of the reasons you do raise it against Mike is Mike has a tendency to make some questionable pre-flop calls, and there is value to raising it.
And Mike is going to make, and Mo's going to make it 400 here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Mike calls this.
You know, Mo might do this with a hand as weak as 8s, 9s, or 10s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mike is going to call.
And the pot is quickly $800.
And look at this. Now Mo's going to throw a blind bet in there. Oh, and look at a set of jacks here for Mo. He bet 700 blind. Now Mike has got a gut shot here to the queen.
And look at Mo always hit his third set of the night.
You know the funny thing here is that Mo bet blind, but if he hadn't bet blind, he actually might have checked that flop.
He might have.
Yeah.
No, he rarely does though. When he's the pre-flop raiser,
Right.
he normally
he'll make
calls.
that continuation bet.
You got that off me, that blind bet shit.
You think you have the same hand you bet blind?
Dave, we've got about 40 minutes left in the show.
It's amazing how quick a Friday night goes, double
Yeah.
fist night.
I'm not standing for it. I'm on tilt.
So I'm kind of finalizing our World Series plans, aren't we? Kind of circling the dates we're going to be playing.
Did you talk to everyone about the final?
I did.
Rio?
I did.
The
Oh,
Lifestyles convention?
yes, I did.
You found out all the pertinent information?
No, I did not.
You didn't. Did you talk to her about it?
Yes, I did.
Because I know you didn't get a chance to talk to her last night, right?
Right.
But you did get a chance to talk to her today.
Yes.
You can fill me in then, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, is this a conversation we really should be having on the air?
Mike is going to raise it up here with 8, 9, and
Maybe
9.
later on tonight when we climb into our tent together, we can do it.
Look at this. Greek Poker God has emailed us. He said, the best way to play Mike is to bluff him one time and show it. Then hope you pick up a monster next time he's in the pot. Let's take a look at another chip count.
$42,000 on the table. Mike's got the table covered, $12,000. Paul there is bringing up the rear. He's only got $1,400. Really? Okay.
Mike, they're up 7,000 now. Now, Adams made a nice little comeback. He's only down 3,800 now, and Avo's down 1,500. Everybody else is pretty much, pretty close to even for this game. Game like this, I mean, anything, if you're up less than 1,000 or down less than 1,000, it's almost like a wash.
Mike just said that I think somebody approached him in Vegas and said, "You're a corporation, Mike."
Oh, okay.
Well, Mike is raised, and Paul's call with ace-jack suited here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who? When I went to Vegas, I mean, my table alone, that's on me, and I haven't been on those.
Dr. Allen's saying that when he went to Vegas, there were 3 people on table that had seen him.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising. I mean, Dr. Allen's only been on the show maybe 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
So I wanted to read this. What did the Greek poker god actually say to do?
He said what? He said
The best way to play Mike
bluff
is
him
to
one time,
bluff him.
show him, and hope you get a monster and value bet him next time.
Okay.
Because maybe he'll have a tendency to call you down.
Any ideas from you guys on the best way to play him? Yeah, but I can't say them. It's the only thing I'm going to keep to myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this shit. What kind of cop out is that?
It's the only thing I'm keeping to myself. I play against Mike on a regular basis, and I like the fact that I know how to beat him.
Oh, I see. But you think you do know how to beat him?
I'll put it this way: I'm definitely positive over the last 6 months.
And you really mix it up with him.
Yeah.
Like you give him probably the most.
I give him
action.
a lot of action.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of action. Dimitri, I don't give much action at all. I just wait till I have the nuts
Right.
and I pedal him against him, and he pays me off anyway.
I'm always going to raise it up here out of the blind. He's got 7-5 of hearts. Kind of picks up that dead money. Erica just made a weak limp on the button.
I have the utmost respect for Mike's game. I really do. I think he's a fabulous player. Having said that, though, I don't shy away from him, though. Like I said, I actually played him three-handed with another guy. Now, the reason we were playing three-handed is because the other guy was an absolute donkey. I mean, this guy was awful. And I don't know how, but the other guy actually took 4,000 from Mike. It was actually bewildering. I was looking at Mike like, how are you giving this guy money?
Yeah. Live straddle here by Mike again.
Hey, I'm taking Paul's advice. Paul said we should.
Who's rubbing Mike's head over there? Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, people always want to rub his head.
Is that Alan? Oh, Philly Al Barbaria's rubbing Mike's head. $160 raise here on the button by Ava with 4-5 of clubs. Mike is
look
going
at
to
this.
call.
Now, normally when you call a hand when you're calling a raise with 4 or 5 diamonds, you're thinking, okay, I'm calling with live cards.
Same hand now. I always got position on him.
And both players have a gut shot.
$200 bet and a quick call by Mike. Wow. Now Mike could pick up backdoor diamonds here on the turn. Well, the turn's a 7.
Well, they're both open-ended now.
Now, Avo did bet again here on the turn last time, but he checks here. And the river's a 9. Both players have missed.
Mike's going to have to bet this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will bet this, too. Unless he's going to give up. He's just going to. No, he's going to bet it. Now, Avo has induced this bluff.
Boy, it would be fun to see Avo rebluff here on the river.
Avo has induced this bluff.
No, he's not going to get involved.
And I have a lot of respect for Avo's game. Okay, I'm not sure what it says, but you give 2 players the same exact hand. You give one of the guys position, the other guy's out of position, and the guy out of position wins it. What does that say about
By
that player?
outplaying him.
Yeah, what does that say? And Avo's a good player.
You know, we did see Avo make that big-time move against Barry as to rebluff on the river with when Barry called him with the 7 of diamonds on a 4-flush board. Remember that hand? Were you in the booth for that hand?
I was, yeah.
Oh, man.
It almost seems right now like Avo's, I don't want to say intimidated, but he's definitely, Mike has got him off his game.
Yeah.
I mean, because Avo doesn't play that way against anybody else. You know how there's some guys out there that just, they have your number? Or at least in your mind you feel like they have your number? I don't know if there's anybody like that for you.
I think Francois thinks he always needs to make a move.
I'm only wondering, is there somebody that's in your head that you feel like, I don't want to play against this guy, he always gets me? Because I'm wondering if that's what's going through Avo's head right now. I think he thinks Mike's got him. because he seems intimidated. He seems like he's not, he's not following through with his instincts against Mike.
Now, Adam is going to make the $120 raise here. He's got a real hand. He's got pocket tens. Paul's going to call him with 6-8 of diamonds on the button.
And that's going to bring Mike in with ace-7.
Yeah, and we're going to see three-way action here. About a $400 pot. Well, king, 4, king. Not a bad flop for tens here.
Not at all.
And Adam's going to throw a little $200 weak bet out here.
Well, it's about 60% of the pot.
Now, Paul's saying, I mean, you really want to make a living making moves on Adam here. But Mike is going to call him with ace high. He's got a backdoor heart draw and one overcard. Turn to deuce. Let's see if Adam continues to bet here. And Mike he just might call him with ace high here the whole way, Dave.
He might. There's a chance.
When you bet sports, you run and bet.
Now, if Adam's hand is a little stronger, you might even check the turn to induce a bluff. But in this case, if a jack, a queen, or an ace come out there, you really have no idea where you're at.
Well, the funny thing, now Mike mucks it. Now, what I was going to say was that Mike actually might play that hand with ace-7 differently. He might check call, because his hand might actually be good to showdown. The river's actually an ace, whereas if he had something like 7-8 here, he would have to make a move at it.
Right, definitely. Now, the funny thing is now Adam's kind of like pulled back the reins on his game just a little bit. And you wonder it's because he has a lot more chips. Now, we see Mo sometimes, when Mo only has, say, $1,500, $2,000, kind of splash around a little bit. That's kind of like Adam's game. Now that Adam's got probably $6,500 in front of him, he's pulled back a little bit. Jay Siegel, our Live at the Bike Potato, actually asks, hey, Bart and Tuck, do the bluffing shoes work in online poker rooms or just in live games? I'm thinking of getting me a pair. You can't just get yourself a pair, okay? They have to be granted to you.
By Cheryl.
Exactly.
Ace-7-6 here. We got 3 people in here with weak aces. Case ace on the flop.
And Adam's got the best one, huh? And Adam's in a spot where his 8 is going to play.
Well, Cabby Joe's going to bet 100 here with ace-4. And Adam calls, and Paul is going to raise with ace-5 here with 2 dead money, 2 people, a bet and a call in between.
Well, it's an easy laydown for Cabby Joe. And actually, it's probably an easy laydown for Adam, too, but Adam's got the best hands.
Ace-7-6 on the flop, rainbow.
Adam asks Paul how much money he's got left. Looks like he's maybe got about $1,100 left.
Like I said, you're not going to make a living off of bluffing Adam. If Adam calls here, how does Paul proceed?
Well, and he says, I know I got at least an ace. And at this point, Adam's got to go, well, man, I can't beat ace-6, I can't beat ace-7. I can't obviously beat anything higher than that. I can only beat ace-5, ace-4, ace-3, and ace-deuce.
And would Paul really raise with that hand? Because I think it's a little bit of a surprising raise here.
It's funny. I mean, rarely do you want to throw away the best hand.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good laydown. I really do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the turn was a 4. That would have actually given Paul an open-ended straight draw as well.
I don't think my flow is any good.
Yes, you did, Paul.
One more small card and I play the board.
I'll have to watch the show at 11.
You know, Paul's really a great ambassador for Live at the Bike. He's always pumping the show up.
He's a good ambassador of poker. I mean, he really, kind of Greg Raymer-esque. I mean, obviously not quite as big. He's going to smack me for that one, I'm sure. Just an all-around good guy. I remember when I first got into poker, he was really, just really a nice guy. I mean, wasn't rude at all. Very classy. Is Kirk in the pot? No, not Kirk's not in the pot.
Adam limped. Avo raised to 100 with 10s, and Adam has made the call here.
Heads up here.
Well,
now it's all clubs.
And Avo's got the higher club, and it goes check, check here. Goes check, check. Turn is a 7. Now Adam's got a pair.
Yeah, Adam can catch an ace, a 7, and that's it. Now, it can't be the ace of clubs, so he has the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds.
Now, obviously, Avo has induced this bluff by checking the flop from a bluffer. I would really be surprised if he goes anywhere here.
Oh, me too.
He's going to call.
There's only one overcard to a pair.
And Adam's going to check the line.
Now, if Adam checks, well, now it's a jack. I was going to say, if Adam checks blind, do you ever value bet? Well, it's another overcard here, Dave, and he did check blind. So.
Yeah, I don't think you would value bet here because there's a chance that Adam could actually have a weak king.
Weak king, yeah.
You know, king 9, something like that.
Yeah.
Remember, he's checking blind. That means he's already got a made hand. He doesn't feel like he has to bluff. We got a question here from Zellos, is that? It says,
Yeah,
is the 400, 800 limit game or any limit game ever going to come back? And we will get limit games coming back here occasionally. As for the big game, it's really, if Jerry Buss is in town and at the bike, we could probably have a big limit hold'em game here.
If Yosh is willing to put it down on the table.
Right.
$80 raise here by Dr. Allen.
Obviously, during the month of August and early September, we'll have a lot of big games here where all the big names are here.
And Adam is going to limp re-raise with ace-4 here, offsuit.
And it's almost like, I mean, he's limp re-raising Dr. Allen.
And Dr. Allen's deep enough to make this call.
I think Avo's going to call this.
Avo calls, and I'm sure that's going to bring Dr. Allen in.
Now, last time we had that kind of squeeze, both players had pocket kings.
So here we go. $900, Adam the limp re-raiser. King, king, queen. That's a pretty bad flop for both those other players. You imagine if Adam bets here. Now, would you ever get involved here with Adam with pocket eights, Dave?
I got to tell you, I probably lay this down. Obviously, it's the best hand. But you've got to realize that players like Adam get hands too.
Yeah.
And what can I beat with pocket eights? I mean, what am I just going to check call the entire way? I'm going to put all my money in? Can't I find a better spot? Got to give Adam credit, obviously, for being able to follow through into two opponents when he's out of position. King on the turn as well.
I'm in. Hey, I'm raising. All right, hold on.
What is that?
You want the other side up? Okay.
I'm raising.
What is that on the table there?
Soft, dude. That's not even any good. I'm raising.
That whatever that is in the table is going to go to the winner in the next spot. I think that's porn. Yeah.
It is Rap Party.
Yeah.
No, it's some sort of rapping game.
Yeah, right. Look at the picture on the front of the cover.
No, it's like a how-to rap gifts CD, isn't it? Yeah, see, yeah. She teaches you how to rap Christmas gifts.
Naked.
Of course. You gotta rap. Hello?
I'm disgusted as well. What kind of society do we live in?
Who put it in?
I don't know.
I'm a religious guy.
The woman standing next to Ray, whoever that is.
I believe in the poker guys.
I'd like to get a shot at the person who put that in.
Yes, check.
Come on, man. 7.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
Random woman.
Just a random woman just says, here's porn for the next winner.
Ace, king, king here. Well, Dr. Allen's got tripped kings.
I gotta tell you, we get it all here at Live at the Bike.
King 9.
Notice how it's multi-way. Everybody's in this pot now.
Adam bluffs that. Let's see if Dr. Allen's going to raise here or is he just going to call.
That's good. I'm just curious. Is somebody going to lose like $700 to win this $19 porn video?
Dr. Allen's going to min raise here. He's probably going to get it done. I wouldn't imagine anyone's going to see this in around a showdown.
Really? You don't think Adam could re-raise it?
Can I watch?
Can I have it in my fold? That's right. Adam has.
See, now it's a game for Adam.
Right.
This is the game. Now it's like, ooh, there's a woman who just put it. I got to figure out a way. How do I win this pot? I got to win this one.
I'll bring my laptop.
Can I videotape? Can I borrow this camera?
No, and he's going to give it up.
Hey, show the bluff. Show the bluff.
Dr. Allen showed the king there.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, he's going to
He gave it to him.
That's where the 100 bucks.
No, that's not.
And Adam wins himself. I'm sorry. Dr. Allen wins himself a DVD, I suppose.
Yeah, I wonder if he's into that type of thing.
No. Constellation Birds.
Constellation Prize?
I think he's giving it to Adam.
Looks like it's getting bigger.
Oh, man.
Young enough to pay one. You don't get my horrible South Park style jokes.
I tell you, just when you think you've seen it all here.
Well, thanks for the email, Reed. Unfortunately, he's asking, he says he's going to Germany for the next 18 days of the World Cup games. Where are there some good poker games in Germany?
You know, we don't know, but I guarantee you,
anybody listening, let us know.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Germany, where you can play poker in Germany.
Heads up here, Alan and Avo. Avo, I think, just limped. And Alan's in the, Adam's in the blind. Got about-
Although, might I recommend, just take 18 days off of poker and enjoy the World Cup and enjoy some really
starting
good
a week
beer.
from today. And then the U.S. game is a week from Monday. First game of the U.S. against the Czech Republic.
I mean, I got to tell you, if I'm in Germany for the World Cup, I might be drunk the entire 18 days.
Yeah. And not on liquor. We're talking beer.
Oh, yeah. Sure beer.
Because I know you
rolling
are.
around.
I was gonna say you're not a big beer drinker, but you are. You drink beer.
I do.
Yeah.
I like beer.
Yeah.
I'm not as big a drinker as you. I'm not as big as guy as you. You know what I mean? I'm a relatively
I'm
small.
losing weight. I've lost actually 15
No.
pounds. I'm trying to get down.
It's not like you're a heavy guy. I'm just saying. I mean,
No, I think
I'm
I am.
actually a pretty small guy.
I think I am a heavy guy. Because people look at the pictures in Bluff magazine and they're like, wow, it looks like you put on a couple pounds in this picture.
Oh, your buddies?
Just anyone in general. Now, Adam is smooth called Mo's raise, and he's check blind to Mo.
Well,
and Mo's hit top pair. And then is Adam going to float away with ace-king? He does. He makes the check call here. Well, it turns a 9. Mo
It's
now's
getting
got
better
a
and
flush
better for
draw.
Mo.
Now, do you take a card here? And Mo did take a card. Now, the river's a blank.
Is Adam going to bet this? Does Adam feel like he needs to bet it?
I think he checked. And I think Mo is checked right behind him.
Really?
Yep.
Why would you check that? If you're Mo. You wouldn't bet that if you're Mo?
I don't know. Maybe he thought Adam might have a higher 7 or something. I mean,
Or a
what
deuce?
do you put Adam on when he called the flop? 7 deuce deuce. I
But
mean,
nothing.
Mo's kicker is garbage. Apparently so, but I'm just saying that if you actually wind the hand back, that might be one of those cases where you bet, you really can only get called by a hand that you don't beat.
I guess I was actually about to ask. I thought Mo was going to bet it, and I was wondering, does Adam call
Right,
raise
right.
king? Remember, Mo raised, then he bet on a 7 deuce deuce flop. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Now he checked the turn, and now he's going to bet the river? What, he couldn't do that with king queen or ace jack? I might call him with ace king there. And I was wondering if Adam was going to.
Is it going no matter what?
No, missing trellis from anywhere.
Nice post there from Lemon Peel on 2+2.
I love the sleeper, yeah. From
130. 150.
You wanna
Yeah, we get a $150 raise here by Adam on the button with 7-3 offsuit after a few limbers.
Interesting post here by Bugelmouth. He says, I wish they could leave the camera on all the time, even when David and Bart aren't working. I am too addicted to this. And I just wanted to let you know that Bart and I actually never stopped working. We continue to commentate through the night and into the morning. But since Isaac and Ronnie leave, you guys can't see. Sorry.
On a more serious note, people realize that in order for us to say do that, I think that idea was thrown around a little bit, but you have to always have somebody in here putting the cards in, so there's always labor going on, which is kind of a problem. Now, Mike is straddled here. Mo's going to bring this one in for 200 with the ace-jack of clubs under the gun to the straddler. And Mike is going to call here, and his ace is dominated, and we are heads up.
Well,
Wow, and he outflops him, and Mo's got overcards and a club draw. Huge flop for both players.
And you know what's funny? Mike did check it. Now, sometimes Mike will bet that. Sometimes Mike will check it. And Mike is thinking, how do I play this here? Do I want to raise it here right away? Yeah, I'm going to raise it right away.
And Mo moves all in, and Mike immediately calls. Wow. What a bunch of huge hands.
You know what? And
I will.
Mike is not out of the woods here. Mo's going to win this pot, say, I want to say one out of, what, 3.5 times?
Do whatever you want. You know, I'm not
Okay. If you want to make it, I go through that.
Spot's going to be about $7,000. John, of course.
Is that what Mo has there? 2,000? Yeah, Mo's got about
3,000.
Before the hand
Big pot there.
you say, okay, the best hand, make a decision.
So, of course, we're going to remind Donna to have Brian go slow out there.
Right now with this one, I don't want to make that deal.
Okay, one time.
They're going to do it one time here. And Mo needs to catch a club, and this
Plus
could be
they run-
and there's the club.
Wait, well, Mike has redraw
There's
here.
the club, and Mike has redraws.
An 8 or
now
a
wait a
deuce.
minute. Now they might run the river more than once. Wow.
Yeah, go for it. Mike.
Maybe
They wanted me to slow down.
Sometimes can I get fucked tonight? It's gonna make 3 flushes and 3 hands. It's gonna make a flush. Should be fucking 10 grand.
I mean, I will say Mike consistently puts his money in with the best of it.
Okay, now you have
And now they were going to run it once, but now that the club comes,
2 times there.
2 times.
2 times.
All right,
gonna
they're
run
going to
the
run it
river-
2 times.
they're going to run the river only twice.
One time as a club, that's for Mo.
He needs an 8, a deuce, a 7, or an ace.
Less outs. Oh,
And the river's a 9, and Mo wins them both. Unbelievable, and we might see some cards tear. Boom.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we don't have RFID things in our cards.
Yeah. Wow.
Mike. And
I gotta
once
tell
again,
you, he's been getting sucked out on, Dave. You're the one. Wait, he's been getting sucked
can
out
we
on.
rewind this show an hour ago? You told me that Mike hasn't been getting bad luck.
No, no. What I said was Mike hasn't gone on a huge downswing.
Oh, right.
He hasn't got in terms of money lost, but you're right. He should be up a ton more. It's unbelievable.
It's a testament to his play. I mean, I got to say,
Wow.
time and time again, if you watch the archives over the last month,
Yeah.
Mike is every single time Mike is playing a huge pot. I'd say 80% of the time that Mike's in a big pot, he has the best of it.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Did both times it came running clubs? I mean, it was club, 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 club.
Yeah.
Or no, it came club on the turn, and then both times club, club.
Right, exactly.
3 clubs in a row there in the deck. I mean, if they had run it 3 times, well, actually, if they run it 3 times, does the burn get affected? Would the burn have been affected?
I don't know.
But we
brain
would have seen
hurts.
more.
Yeah,
we would have
more
seen
cards.
Right.
Now, the debate there, by the way, and you can, if you're ever wondering what running the cards are, anything that Bart and I say that doesn't make any sense, go to our website. Left-hand side, there's an as seen on Live at the Bike, and we try to describe and define some of the terminology.
Oh, look at this. Paul's raised from the button, and Mike might be fuming. Did Mike move all in here with ace-9 of clubs?
Well, Paul's going to call this.
Paul's going to call.
Paul's only got $1,000.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Come on, tilt, man.
But the funny thing though is that Mike, there were 3 other people in the hand who are deeper than Paul. I mean, Mike exposes himself there.
You know, the funny thing is, Mike normally makes that play and has aces or kings there.
Yeah.
Mike loves to make that play with aces or kings, make it look like a tilt.
Yeah, but he was in the big blind. And Paul here is in great shape. He's about a 2-to-1 favorite here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, a flopped flush for Mike. Paul is drawing dead. That is unbelievable.
I knew clubs were high.
Wow. Well, Paul could have a redraw to a full house. It's
No,
over now.
it's over.
It's over now.
Well, that's just ugly.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Can you,
Live at the
can
beak.
you
Live at the
imagine if
bike.
the turn came 8 and the river came king or something like that? I mean, that would have just been.
Well, no, Mike's not. Mike knows though. He got his money
Yeah.
in with the way the worst of it here.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Now, I was going to say the reason they had a little bit of a debate over how many times to run it. Mo wanted to run it twice. Mike said no 3 times or once, and they said okay, forget it, just 1 time.
Yeah.
Until the club came.
Well, I think that was actually the other way around. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Mo's usually the guy 3 times or once.
No, Mo wanted it
Oh,
twice
really?
that
Okay.
time. Yeah. Mo just figured there's no way I'm going to hit it. I'm going to lose 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And he said, do it twice, maybe I hit 1 time.
Greek Poker God said, the donkey that has my number is Professor Allen. Of course, that's Allen. That donkey always calls my bets with a draw or lower pair and gets me two times out of 3. Talking about that, where is the donk today? Well, he was in the game earlier. He's already gone bust.
Yeah.
Now, Adam is going to raise here with King 7. Cabby Joe limped in with King Queen suited. Now, is Mo going to call here with 7-9 of clubs? He does.
Well, Eric calls. Yeah.
Wow, Jack 4 of clubs.
Real loose call there. And I think with that many players in the pot, you can call with King, Queen of Hearts. Because obviously you're not looking for a king, you're not looking for a queen. He's not going to get involved, though. He's just going to wait for a better hand, wait for a better spot.
Well, Adam the pre-flop raiser here with King 7. Oh, Mo's flopped a gut shot, but if Adam follows through here, he's probably going to win it. I mean, that is not a strong flop for anybody. Adam is going to bet. Now, Mo's got a gut shot to the 6. But remember, You know, if you think a guy might have an overpair, if you spike it, you get paid off. But in this case, Adam's got king 7. Mo knows Adam might not have any hand here.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Now, email here from Pat Castelli says, my God, did I hear one of you guys right? Quote, unquote, Corporation Mike is a fabulous player. I don't think either one of us actually said that.
I might have said that.
Did you really? Wow. Corporation Mike is a fabulous player?
Oh, well, let's read the whole email here. I had to hear you wrong, or one of you must owe him big money. He's aggressive, I'll give him that, but come on, he plays subpar hands all the time, doesn't take position into account most times, and cold calls gut draws, backdoor draws, or bottom pair hands all the time. Fabulous? You've got to understand, Pat, that in no-limit hold'em, especially when you're playing in a big game that is uncapped, you can buy in for any amount, psychological warfare is half the game, and playing against the players is half the game. And Mike has an uncanny ability of adapting his play to these games. Now, I'm not sure if he can adapt to bigger games and better players.
Better competition.
I don't know. Against better competition,
Because, I mean,
he might
we've
get killed.
seen the competition here, and it's really not that strong
No,
for the most part.
It's very weak.
Yeah.
But Mike continually beats it. I mean, it's one thing if he beats it like, okay, if he had a good week. You know, we saw Adam have a good couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
People have good weeks here. I think Allen even, that's Allen, ran good for a month, okay? Mike has been consistently beating this game for the past 6 months, though. At some point, are we going to stop saying the guy's lucky and say he's a good player? I mean, and when he loses pots, now obviously he sucked out on Paul there, but he sucked out on Paul for $1,000.
Right.
He just lost $3,500 to Mo when he had by far the best hand.
Avo's going to raise it up here with Jack 10 of clubs. And Mike is going to call with a suited connector, but his clubs are dominated here by Avo.
It's literally like 90%.
And Cabby Joe is going to come in here with ace-3. You know, it's interesting, Dave. He's calling Avo's raise with ace-3 suited out of position, but he doesn't call Adam's raise with king-queen of hearts from before. King 3-7 here. No one has a king. And it gets checked around. Mike does not bet on the 3.
Well, now Joe is backed into 2 pair here.
And did he check it again?
No,
What's going on here, Tanya? And the river here is a deuce. Wow. And did he check it again? He checked it again. He checked aces up again. And he turns it over. Wow.
Yeah, you really just wonder.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. I mean, we watched him in the 3-5 game, and he seemed like he was almost playing too many hands in that game, a little bit too laggy in this game.
Yeah.
In this game, he just looks a little bit, I want to say a little bit out of his league in this game with this competition. You know, Ronnie uses the word overwhelmed. That might be a good word.
Yeah. I mean, how do you check it twice on the turn on the river? I mean, is he just trying to get Mike to fire out at it and maybe check call there?
I mean, when I talk about Mike's game also, I mean, Mike's game is not without leaks. Obviously, he has a lot of problems with his game.
And Adam here.
Adam's got aces in the straddle.
In the straddle. Lovely.
Does that ever happen to you?
And the funny thing here, though, is that if somebody were to limp in with the intention of Adam raising with a big hand, they could get in trouble. Now, Mike is going to raise it with Jack 9. He's going to make it 120. Eric has got King Jack suited in the small blind. I was wondering if it was heads up if Adam would play this cagey. But with Eric coming in here, you wonder if he's now going to re-raise.
Against Mike, you don't want to play cagey pre-flop because he will call you pre-flop. So there's value to raising it. You could make it 300 here, and Mike is going to call.
And Adam is going to raise. And I don't think Mike is going anywhere because these guys are real deep.
Yo, Mike is going to call this.
How about like ace jack 9 or something on the flop? Mike is going to call. Now, Eric's probably going to get out of the way here, I would imagine. He's real short.
He has really one of 2 moves. He can move all in thinking these guys are full of crap, or he can fold his hand. Obviously, in this one case, moving in would be a bad move.
Yeah, I don't think you can just call here with the stack size. All right, this one's going to be fun if we see the right cards here.
Even if we don't see the right cards, it might be fun.
Here we go. Oh, wow. 10-10-8. Mike's open-ended. Adam's got the open-ended, the overpair, and it goes check, check. The turn's 3. Adam checked with the intention of check raising, and Mike took the card right behind him. Now, Adam's going to bet 800 here. Mike just checked right behind him.
You got to like that, huh? Mike really knew.
Checked right behind him. Wow, and if that was a 7 or a queen, he might have had all Adam's money.
Oh, I don't think Adam's going anywhere with aces. I really don't. I don't think he can get away from aces. And Mike's
just going to lay it down.
Yeah. Obviously, the pot was not laying.
And look at that. The rabbit cam shows a queen on the river.
Yeah, but you know what, though?
Oh, wow.
The
queen
bet
on the river.
The bet on the turn priced Mike out of it. And I don't mind the play at all by Mike.
Wow.
I mean, obviously, you can't look at the results in judging a play.
Wow.
You really want to set Mike on tilt. Just tell him the queen came on the river. That'll
I think
set him on
he
tilt.
knows it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he saw it. Okay.
You almost trapped yourself again.
Well, I thought you were going to bet the flop.
And you hear him say, "I thought you were going to bet the flop." Yeah, I know you did.
And Mike took a card.
Yeah.
Boom. Wow.
500,000. That's tough. We got 600 or under. I can call.
Yeah, like I said, he didn't get priced in there on the turn.
And those are the part of things that Mike is starting to think about. Mike too often calls though when he's not getting the right odds. For Mike, this game is more psychological than it is mathematical.
5-way action here. Ace, Jack 4 here on the flop. Avo was the straddler here. Turns another ace. Both Adam and Avo have wheel draws. Adam's got deuce 3. And is Mike going to take a stab at this one?
Yeah, why not? And Mo's going to call him.
He's got a jack.
Oh, he's got a jack.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
thought
think he
nothing.
figures he's got the best hand.
Oh, I'm sure
I'm
he
surprised that Mo didn't bet the flop there.
I'm surprised Mo's not raising this flop now. At this point.
And look at this. Adam is going to call with a gut shot wheel draw with deuce 3 offsuit. So Adam can catch a 5 to win.
Is he going to represent clubs if it comes?
The river's a 9 here.
Now, Mo's made 3 pair. Obviously, the third pair does nothing for his hand.
And look at this. Mike is going to bet on the 9. He bets. I thought he might check there because he didn't need to bet with 8-9. But Mo is going to win it there with the jack.
Well, I mean, I think he was trying to get Mo off of a jack. And that's another leak in Mike's game that he does tend to tilt. And when he starts to tilt,
yeah,
his his better judgment definitely goes out the window. Seems like we've got a lot of new viewers over on 2+2. And I want to welcome you all to our show. We do this every Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. We try to keep it as interactive as possible, so you can email us at live@thebike.com. You can also check out our website. Go to www.live@thebike.com, and you can check it out. We've got all sorts of cool stuff. We've got a Pokulator. We've got my blog, Under the Gun with David Tuckman. We've got our bios. You can buy a T-shirt, all sorts of cool things.
Eric's going to raise it up here to 120 with ace-king. Adam's got a little 5-6 of clubs here. He makes the call. Dr. Allen's in with a dominated ace-queen. Wow, king-queen 10 here. And Adam has got a dry flush draw from up front. He's probably not going anywhere. And Dr. Allen's going to lead right in here with ace-queen.
And that is the absolute definition of a dry flush draw.
260. And Eric is going to pop it up right here. Looks like he made a little mini raise.
And with Eric raising it
600.
here, I think you need to throw it away. I mean, I just think 5-6 clubs, what are you calling for?
And he makes the call.
Out of position, especially.
Yep. And I think that Dr. Allen can now easily fold this hand.
Yep. Sometimes if you're in position, there are ways you can make the maximum. But when you're out of position, if you hit your club, sometimes it's difficult to make the most money out of it.
And the best card for Adam here would be the jack of clubs. Because I don't know if Eric or Dr. Allen believes him. And Dr. Allen calls with a red ace-queen, Dave.
Yeah,
that is shocking.
That's
a real over 2,000. The turn's a 7.
That's a real questionable play there by Dr. Allen, I got to tell you. It's Eric raising you. It's not Adam raising you.
Wow, and this is going to put Eric to the test because I don't know if he feels comfortable building this pot up anymore with just one pair.
Ace-king there, God.
But he's short. He might just push it in, and he's going to move in. I didn't realize how short he was.
Well, that's the strength of being a short stack.
Yeah.
There's no real fear. Now, if he had $5,000 behind, then it becomes a little scary.
Well, he bets 540, and Adam makes a quick call here with clubs.
Well, the pot is 2340. Now the pot is 2880.
Yeah. And Adam needs a club here.
Eric about a 4-1 favorite.
And they might make a deal here.
Really? Another deal? All these deals.
Okay, you're in front of the flop. Before the flop, he's on front of the flop.
And I hear Hav in the background.
It's still a beat.
All right, they're
And
going
they're
to
going to go 3 times here.
Well, Adam wins the first one. He would have won.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can you please put a diamond up there? Thank you.
All right.
And Eric's going to win 2/3 of that pot. Pot was about $2,880, so.
I did.
Are we going to do one last chip count here?
No. Not one club.
Well, this hand
And I
actually
think
didn't
our-
have to do anything because it was chopped up. So.
And I wanna say
Well,
our-
actually not chopped up. But.
Is our big winner still Mike, or is it Mo now?
Well, we'll see. We will see.
The anticipation is killing me.
And then I think we'll do one last hand after the chip count. There we go.
Well, there it is. Mike with 8,500, Avo with 8,200. Almost 50,000 on the table. $50,000.
And now Adam's going to have a little less than that, and Eric's going to have more. We didn't not for that last hand. Let's take a look at the difference.
Yep, and our big winner of the night is.
Yep.
It is Mo now. It's 5,500. Now Mike. Now people are saying you talk about his game. He's still up 3,500 for the night.
Yeah.
Even with that beat.
And Adam is down probably like 3,500. Eric now might be even. It's close.
And they're just figuring this out here. Once again, if you're not sure what's going on, they're running the river more than once. You can check that out at our website. If you like our commentary, actually, one thing we'd appreciate you do, you can go over to our website, and there's a little sign on the left-hand side that says Vote for Dave and Bart, or it's actually Vote for Bart and Dave. Because
As it should be.
Bluff Magazine is having a poll, and you can go over to Bluff Magazine through that link, and you can vote for all sorts of things like your favorite internet site, your favorite live casino, and your favorite poker show and favorite commentating team.
Email here from Barry Woods congratulating our own Ronnie on his tournament win over at the other casino.
Yeah.
Says, don't blow it all, the money. Mike is going to straddle here. And we might have time for a few more hands here.
It's a fun night. We'll do a couple extra hands tonight.
Abo's going to raise it to 200. He's going to take it down there. Abo with the Izod shirt.
Yeah, nothing like overtime. That's
There it
time and
is.
a half, right? Time and a half, so we'll make $9 an hour today?
It's your Izod. You ever have an Izod shirt?
I think I've had one.
Yeah.
I don't think I have them anymore. That's the alligator, the
Yeah,
crocodile?
yeah.
I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
I was actually making fun of my dad because my dad has Izod swimming shorts.
Big alligator on the crotch, like the...
I don't think it's actually on his crotch.
Did you even look yet?
Pocket 10's here for Mo. He's going to raise it up.
I said, wait.
220 now. Joe Cabby got 7s.
And Mo is one of those guys, I mean, like I said, if there's any leak in Mo's game, is that he raises different amounts with different hands. And you can kind of put him on different hands by that raise. Now, him raising up front like that in first position that much,
Cabby Joe just folds.
he probably has a big pocket pair.
And Adam is going to call with 6 deuce of diamonds.
Well, I mean, Mo is definitely representing a big pocket pair here. If you think you can hit your hand, if you think you can hit your hand and you can make, say, 20, 25 times that bet, maybe it's worth it.
Mike is in there with 2 overcards. Queen, Jack off suit. Oh, deuce 3-7. Adam's got a piece of it. Is he going to stay in? Mo's got the overpair.
Mo's going to overbet this.
Well, he bets 500 here.
Well, that's it. Wow, I'm really surprised.
500 into about a $700 pot.
I thought Mo was going to bet 1,000.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to scare away somebody calling with a 7 or a 3, and he
Okay.
knows those 2 guys would do it. Yeah, and Joe would have made top set. He folded pocket 7s pre-flop.
Yeah, I was going to
I mean,
say.
the story of tonight has been, Joe, Cabby Joe, what are you doing to us?
Yeah, well, the one thing with Cabby Joe, if there's anything he can take from tonight's game.
I mean, how much money would he have made against Mo there on that hand?
Oh, he's going to make a lot of money there because
Top
Mo's going
set
to
against the overpair.
Mo's going to keep firing, and Mo rarely believes somebody will raise with a set, you know.
Yep.
You mean 120, I'm all over it.
But if there's any theme, if Cabby Joe can take something out of tonight's game, the one thing I'll say, it seems like he played too many hands in that 3-5 game, and he's not playing enough hands in this game.
Yeah, or
You
he's
saw
just
him lay
playing
down
it
pocket
so
fours.
passively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
120.
And look at this. We got a raise here by Eric. He's going to make it 120 to go. This is the last thing of the night with pocket 8s. And Paul has got pocket kings, and Adam has re-raised him with 7-3. And now is Paul going to play this somewhat cagey
Paul's on the button. He can easily just call this here.
and hope that everybody gets out behind? A raise and a re-raise here. $120 raise by Eric, a re-raise, and Paul's just actually going to come back over the top. Look at that, 1420 with the great chip in there. $1,000 chip.
And that's going to get Eric out very easily, and Adam's not going to play this either.
And I guess we'll see one more hand because we're not going to see a flop.
Yes. There is.
More overtime. Cha-ching.
We always do one extra hand if we don't see a flop, but we don't do two extra hands if we don't see two flops. Right.
Who set? How did we set that precedent?
I don't know. It was just we would just I think it started it when we missed that last hand of the night with Kenneth James, Barry Woods, and Allen that night. I mean, that was great. Aces, kings, and queens. Button's going to move here to Dr. Allen in seat 6.
Now, Kirk actually had king 10 of hearts in first position. He laid that down. I don't mind that lay down at all, do you? In first position?
Paul's going to raise it up here with deuce 4 offsuit. Makes it 150 to go.
Deuce 4, by the way, is Paul's hand. He always raises with deuce 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you talk about game theory, some randomness in there if he wants to be raising with a random hand. He doesn't do it from up front, though, does he?
He always raises with deuce 4.
Now, Mike,
especially if Mike's in the game.
Mike has called him with 6-3, and Paul's got the best hand here with
Not only will Paul bet this and take it down, he's going to show the deuce 4. And he always shows it, too. Watch. Here you go. He throws it away, and he's going to show the deuce 4. There you go. Do I know these guys or what?
All right, man.
Unbelievable how well we know these players.
That's going to do it for us, and that's going to do it for another fantastic week of Live at the Bike. Of course, you can check out this show on Sunday. You can also sign up for the archives. Check out our website, livethebike.com. Check out our website later on tonight. We're going to have the video blog that we filmed yesterday up for this week. So have a nice weekend. For everybody here in the booth, I'm Bart Hansen for Dave Tuckman. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.